You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind, a journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's the signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone. Hello and welcome to Indefinite Lunch in Infinite Combinations, number 100 and which one is this? 182. 182 of these. And today we're taking a closer look at the season 3 episodes, The Dummy and Young Man's Fancy. Both about inanimate objects doing things that those objects should not be doing. And today, to help us talk about these episodes, are Lawrence from the Wayfarer Project. Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
And Istophobos with his coffee. I got coffee.
Hello,
too.
How's everybody?
And Stone Racket. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm such a dummy, Jill. I was busy talking to one of my neighbors and I was almost late to the show.
Oh, but it's good to be a good neighbor. So you're doing
Yes.
you're just fine.
One
And
of
we've
those
got a few
dumb,
more.
friendly people.
Well, speaking of being a dummy, I was a dummy last night when I put up the live stream. I accidentally set it to go off at 5:50. So we had a few people here earlier this morning thinking that my show was going to start at 6 a.m. And Snortopoopas was here. Hello, Snorty.
Hello.
This stream seems early today.
Yeah. Hello, Snortopoopas.
And
Snort!
yeah, he's great. Canadian Spider-Man says, there's no way this is right. And so he actually text messaged me, Jill, did you mean to do this? Sashi is probably not here because it's past his bedtime. He said, this is around 1 a.m. my time, so I'm not going to be here.
Yeah, so it started at 6, then at 11, and now 11:30.
Oh, the 11:30, that was because I took a nap and it lasted too long. I'm going to be honest. And
Yeah, that
Gavin,
crazy
hey, Gavin.
that crazy new chat on Twitter is just plain goofy. It doesn't show up on my phone, but now it's showing up on my iPad, and of course my desktop, it's not doing anything. So
it's ridiculously buggy.
It
is really buggy.
Could you please fix this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your other job is making spacecraft. How about we fix a chat?
Yeah. Did anyone see my tweet this morning? It was.
What did you...
I love waking up every morning to see what kind of thing on Twitter is broken today. It's like a 365-day advent calendar of shite.
Yeah, no kidding. It should be embarrassing to own Twitter and allow it to be this broken.
Yeah, like sometimes the chats aren't showing up. Sometimes they're showing up twice. Sometimes when I type a word, it fills the entire text field with gibberish.
I'm not even sure if anybody ever sees any links that I post because sometimes they disappear, sometimes they're there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes I will like type one letter and it will already say I've run out of characters, and copy and paste and delete stop working. I just have to refresh.
Cool.
Crazy.
Suzanne, hello to Suzanne. Good day. Good day to you. I hope your day is well.
Good day, Suzanne. It's been a while.
Yes. Kapla to Gorilla's Random Thoughts. The countdown has begun. for when I start sending you all Speedo pics while I sip margaritas on the beach. Wow. You're going on
Jill?
vacation, Gorilla.
Jill, I may vomit.
A gorilla in a Speedo.
Well, why not?
Uh,
Gavin
yeah.
says no.
No.
That's close to Chewbacca in a Speedo.
Yeah, even when I lived in places where Speedos were appropriate, I refused to wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah, swimming boxers are more freeing, I would think.
Yeah, unless you're racing, put on the boxers.
Yeah, when I was on the swim team, I did have to wear a Speedo, but when I was on the nude beaches of France, I was not going to wear a Speedo. In fact, I was going to have a big umbrella just to cover up to make sure.
James Caserta, hello to you. Okay, I think now then let's bring the slides up, make them a little bigger here. Here we are. We can talk about the dummy.
This is a super classic episode. Oh my God.
Well, speaking of classic, all ventriloquist dummy stories owe a great debt to the film Dead of Night, which is a British anthology film with, you can call it a British anthology horror film, but it has ghost stories. But this is the concluding story.
Is that the 19...
It stars Michael Redgrave as the ventriloquist. This is from 1945.
45, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember that.
And Studio Canal did a recent restoration of it. The elements were in sorry shape. They did the best they could. And Kino Lorber, a boutique label here in the States, last month released it on 4K. I have yet to purchase that, but I will once Uncle Sam gives me a lot of money after I do my taxes.
The money that was owed to you. Yeah, Gavin likes it. Dead of Night is a great movie.
Yeah,
and
it's great.
The Glove Cleaner says Dead of Night is a must-see.
Yeah.
So the
Definitely.
Dummy first aired on May 4th, 1962. It was written by Rod Serling based on a story by Lee Polk. And Polk was an employee of WNDT, which was an affiliate of the Educational Broadcasting Corporation in New York City. And he submitted this idea because everybody was sending Serling ideas about a dummy, but most of them were a killer dummy. And he wanted something different. And this one was something different, where it's, he suspects the dummy's alive and suffering effects from that on the stage. And this is the one.
The premise almost begs to be, investigated, if you think about it.
Investigated. And this episode was directed by, definitely. And this episode was directed by Abner Bieberman.
Little Abner.
No,
also
he's a hillbilly.
Lil.
Little.
Oh, Magic. Yeah, that's a poor
he also recommends Magic.
A poor cousin to Dead of Night.
Starring Anthony Hopkins.
And Margaret.
It was explored even earlier with the Great Gaboo. Gaboo?
Great Gaboo.
Gaboo. Yeah.
Kazoo?
I saw a movie.
No.
Uh-oh. Q. I saw a movie where the dummy bites the ventriloquist somewhere.
Well, that would be today's episode.
That's this episode. That happens in this episode.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And not just anybody. It's Cliff Robertson. It's like it's Uncle Ben. It's like, what?
And Sergeant Carter.
Right.
And that's right. Frank Sutton, Sergeant Carter from the soon-to-be telecast Gomer Pyle. USMC.
Now, I'm not sure if this was a direct homage, but I also feel like this episode owes a little bit. It owes its how would you say, its origins or production to the 1920 horror movie called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Where do you see that?
in the when we get about near the end, the way the camera work, the Dutch
you mean
angles.
the Dutch angles? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jill, it looks like you and I could take this one off.
Yeah, I know. If you just, yeah, when you get to those Dutch angles, though, it does get really dramatic. It gets more psychological. But so we could take this one off, but I do have
I'm just
a
kidding.
narrative.
I'm just
The
kidding.
show,
No, these guys have great timing.
they do, they
You
do.
guys should be like
I know. I'm just like,
your own
I got some stuff to say.
What always impressed me is before we get to the Dutch angle, there is some transition in terms of composition that I just think is absolutely brilliant. So I'll point those out when we get there.
Nice.
Yeah, when I think of Caligari, I think of the mise en scène and the expressionistic sets.
Yeah,
more than Dutch angles, but I hear you.
And the whole, the carnival aspect, even though he's in a nightclub, not a carnival, but
right.
Yeah.
But we will.
There's some sense of that. I agree.
We will refrain from talking and let Jill.
Yeah, sorry, Jill.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Sorry.
Everything's been perfect. There's no problem here. The show opens with ventriloquist. He's working on his dummy, and an extremely the audience is extremely receptive. I guess these acts were.
Well, he's doing a
funnier.
good job.
Yeah.
Well, that canned laughter is, you can't lose with the canned laughter.
Yeah, but
Well,
I actually find the act pretty funny as far as ventriloquists go. If Rod Serling actually wrote the jokes, man, he's killing it.
Yeah, no criticism of the act. It was funny. I wish they had actually recorded the actors in the audience laughing instead of this canned stuff.
Yeah,
it's not all canned. Actually, some of it was recorded.
Well,
there were some
sure,
things that were a little bit sporadic here and there.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, it's a good routine, and so that's part of what's effective about it.
Agreed.
Yeah,
right. They're enjoying the push and pull from the opposing personalities, how they're fighting.
And the guy's obviously talented.
Well, it's Cliff Robertson.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm not sure back then they realized how good humans were picking up at patterns where you can actually recognize the same laughter across shows. Like people picked out the Wilhelm scream,
Oh, you got it.
It's like they were using canned sound effects without any variance, and people started noticing those things.
Yeah,
popping up again and again.
Yeah, the Wilhelm scream. I love that they still use that. But what was the original sound effect, Istophobos? What was it titled?
Oh, it was the
It was a man being attacked by alligator.
Yeah, it was some black and white movie thing. Yeah, but it was a real scream by the guy.
Right.
Yeah, and then
with Stone Racket.
And then they used it when the guy was on a horse. What's that movie? I don't know. It's
a guy on a horse.
So,
that's just about every
Cliff,
Western.
Yeah, it feels Spanish, but
speaking of Cliff Robertson, I do like to mention when people were veterans. So he was a U.S. Merchant Marine during World War II. And,
yes, indeed.
And then he dropped out to be a journalist. So good.
And
good.
If I'm not mistaken, he was a pretty serious victim of the Hollywood McCarthy hunts, which wasn't actually McCarthy, but
no, it wasn't McCarthy. It was HUAC, the House on Un-American Activities. Yeah, but his career just flourished in the 60s. I mean, he's soon to be cast in PT 109 playing JFK. And then, of course, he wins an Oscar for Charlie, which is a few years later in 67, I think. So.
Hello, Brogu. Hello, Matt G.
Hey,
yes, thank you. And also, when we look at Willie, he's voiced by George Murdoch. And so that's my excuse to play this clip because he played God in Star Trek 5, the alien God.
Well, the fake,
mean.
the false.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry about that.
We lost the polar bear.
Did
Oh,
you
there he
switch
is.
brands again?
I
Yeah, it's
switched
just
brands so I can play what Istophobos was already going to say.
What does God need with a starship?
Yes, God doesn't need any machines.
Oh, I thought you were going to play his actual voice.
Oh, no, I didn't get that.
That's interesting. So he provided
You can
the
watch
voice
Star
to
Trek
the
5
to
if you
the
want to hear.
to the evil entity in Star Trek 5.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Oh, and he also plays, what does he play? He's also in the Star Trek episode The Best of Both Worlds as Admiral Hansen. And
sweet.
yeah, so there you go.
And he looks exactly like that dummy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody on Internet Movie Database, if I remember right, said, gosh, that dummy looks like Edward G. Robinson. It's like, well, maybe if you squint, but
Mm-hmm. And oh yeah, so this is a quote from, I think it is from Cliff himself. He says, "I watched my good friend Edgar Bergen perform with Charlie McCarthy and Mortimer Snerd so I could reproduce the mannerisms of a ventriloquist. I did my best, but the craft of ventriloquism was an art form that you could not reproduce overnight. I don't think I did justice for puppeteers, but I did all the voices of the dummies." He was putting himself down. I think he did great. I bought it. I bought it that he was a ventriloquist.
He's an awesome performance.
I think in this particular performance, I think it's rather fun when they switch it up and he has the dummy pretend to be the ventriloquist. This is before I realized that the dummy's possessed. And not only it's a little fun, but it's also foreshadowing for later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. And the thing is, I haven't seen that very often. I've actually seen a lot of ventriloquist acts. So it had to be fairly clever and original at the time.
Yeah. No, it was good.
Yeah, and so I know that some of it might be canned laughter, but I know that they recorded some real laughter and chit chat from the audience, because it says here that it was recorded in the same sync room during certain times. So they were going to use more of the canned laughter, but when it proved to sound out of place with the film's atmosphere, they recorded original audience laughter. And then we get the opening narration. Oh wow, this one's a good one. Hopefully I read it correctly. You're watching a ventriloquist named Jerry Etherson, a voice thrower par excellence. His alter ego, sitting atop his lap, is a brash stick of kindling with the sobriquet Willie. In a moment, Mr. Etherson and his naughty pine partner will be booked in one of the out-of-the-way bistros, that small, dark, intimate place known as the Twilight Zone.
It sounds so much like Rod's.
Yeah, that's so Rod. And he's just sitting there, and he's just going to let all this happen when he could help. But no, sorry.
He usually doesn't help.
Yeah, he exists outside the Twilight Zone.
He's not the dungeon master.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to believe, but that one episode, the parrot was definitely looking at him.
Yeah. That was, I'm so glad that they caught that on film. That was hilarious.
Mm-hmm. And they have some extra banter as he goes away. Says,
help, I'm being kidnapped. No.
Call a lawyer, call a doctor.
Yeah. And then the dancing girls come out, and I wanted to watch the dancing girls, but no, we got to watch this schizoid guy. No.
Yeah, right. His finger got bit.
But of course, is he really schizoid?
Well, he's been diagnosed.
Yeah, he's been diagnosed that
way.
It's like, wait a second.
Yeah, but that happens to a lot of alcoholics and drug users. Their symptoms, if the doctor is unaware, often mimic other psychological conditions, and they often go misdiagnosed.
Yeah.
Which is maybe something I'm suspecting that's happening on a particular current event, but His acting here is just absolutely amazing. He can go from, I mean, that dude is a good looking dude. He can go from sort of suave and confident looking to this on the slide, like in a matter of seconds. He really is brilliant in this.
Yeah, he is. He's extremely good. I'm so glad that he got to be in a couple of Twilight Zones, and in the documentary submitted for your approval, which is on American Masters that covered Rod Serling, they interview Cliff Robertson. He said that Serling would provide actors with dialogue he could cherish. So he was really happy to work for Rod Serling.
Yeah. Rod Serling writes some beautiful dialogue, especially in this one. And he also has another story. He said, I had a reservation on an American Airlines or a Pan Am flight from New York to California for one of them. I believe it was the dummy. I was scheduled to arrive in Hollywood days before they really needed me. I rescheduled for a later flight, and someone told me that I'd get into trouble, but I didn't see a reason for flying in and waiting my turn before the camera. I am glad now that I did it, because soon after that flight took off, the pilot had a heart attack. Everyone perished.
That's spooky.
Oh, wow.
That Twilight Zone episode almost killed me.
Wow.
That is the scariest part of this episode.
Yeah, indeed.
I would like to point out, if any of the non-old people in the audience, if you haven't seen the movie Charlie, which is based on the book Flowers for Algernon, it should be homework. It's really something worth checking out. I think it's 1968, 67, 68.
Yeah, around that time. Yeah, I was fortunate in high school. We had a really good English teacher, Mr. Forsman, and we read the original short story, the novel, and then we watched the film.
So, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I think Daniel Keyes. Yeah, Daniel Keyes was the author. This was back when people won Oscars because they actually were the best at something, And
in the good old days.
What made you think of Charlie Flowers? I haven't seen it, but what's the
because Cliff Robertson played Charlie.
Yeah.
Oh, got you. Okay.
And it won the Nebula Award for Best Novel.
You betcha.
Glove Cleaner says he's in Serling's teleplay of Days of Wine and Roses.
That's Lee Remick and
she's
Jack Lemmon, isn't it?
Yeah, she's phenomenal in that. I could just see Jill, if she didn't get the Cliff Robertson connection, going like, why the hell is he bringing up that movie?
Well, yes, that's why I asked. Hello to Christian Fandom Geek. Good to see you. God doesn't need a starship. True story.
Right. He doesn't need any technology because he's God.
Girls.
Yeah, that's what I say. Bring on the girls.
The showgirls, they look fun.
I wanted to see a little bit of the showgirls, okay? But no, we have to. No, we go behind the curtain and we start seeing some brilliant acting. That's how.
Shubby, hello, Shubby. Good to see you. Please forgive me and teach me maths. Maybe one day. I have had requests for that.
It's so simple, right, Jill? No.
Yeah, it's so simple. Anybody can do it. That's Escalante from Stand and Deliver.
You got a free slot at 5 a.m.
God doesn't need a starship, but I think he needs his Dilbert, because, shortly before, I think it's this morning, Scott Adams passed away. So I hope he does find God.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Scott Adams. If anybody needs to talk about him, just let me know. You're welcome to.
I hear my neighbors downstairs arguing again, so I'm going to mute myself.
I don't hear them.
Let me know if you can hear the leaf blower too, because I can raise my my noise gate.
I cannot hear the leaf blower, and I cannot hear neighbors arguing.
Excellent.
Yeah. Shrubby says, agreed. The days of Hollywood where women didn't need to wear skimpy outfits to be sexy. Just being sexy was enough. The outfits were just the cherry on top. So during this scene, Jerry takes a look at the dummy, and as it goes on, he's turning his head around. And so, yeah, just
looking
like
a little unhinged.
And just like Stone Racket said, this episode was definitely influenced by Dead of Night, which is something I need to see too. Where Michael Redgrave plays a demented ventriloquist who believes his dummy is alive.
I can arrange that, Jill.
I know you can.
You see the movie at Stone Racket's StreamYard studio.
Oh, and there was also the glass eye from an episode of Alfred Hitchcock's Presents.
Yeah,
concerning a woman who falls in love with the handsome ventriloquist, only to discover that it is he who is the dummy, and the dummy is a dwarf ventriloquist.
That's not. I wasn't too impressed with that. I watched that just 3 or 4 months ago. I was watching some of the classic shows on Tubi, which Alfred Hitchcock is one of them, and that was one of the top rated episodes. So let's check this out, and wasn't too impressed with it. I liked the acting in it though.
Speaking of Hitchcock, didn't Psycho's Anthony Perkins also play a ventriloquist in the horror movie? I think it's called Magic.
No, that was Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, did I say Perkins?
You said Perkins. Yeah.
Yeah, I get them mixed up all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, Hopkins is brilliant, but that movie I didn't think too much of. That's just my opinion though, but
yeah, it had good credentials. It was written by William Goldman,
right,
and directed by Richard Attenborough, but I remember it kind of bombing.
Yeah, it didn't do too well. It also had Burgess Meredith, Twilight Zone connection. Yay.
Yeah, and I like Richard Attenborough for being the brother of David Attenborough. Hello to Canadian Spider-Man, and also Richard Attenborough is in Jurassic Park.
Yes,
Wasn't it usually
and the Great Escape.
Way around, like David was Richard Attenborough's brother.
I guess, but you know, I like the naturalist. Anyway, Canadian Spider-Man's here. Hello, Canadian.
Good morning,
Spider-Man.
Canadian Spider-Man.
What's
the
that
hero we all need?
Hey, Spidey. I don't know when it happened, but at some point I became unable to watch a movie without IMDb open on a device right next to me. So,
Grogu is always like Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, it's like, who's that guy? What were they in? Who's she? What's the connection? Yeah,
Grogu. My late father was a big fan of Anthony Hopkins. And I highly recommend everyone get your hands on the Blu-ray, The 10th Man, starring Anthony Hopkins.
Well, for now, Jerry is getting his hands on this bottle of liquor.
Yeah. Oh, dear. But Jill, what's driving him to liquor?
That has its own connection.
A dummy.
He believes his dummy is alive.
But Jill, it is alive. That's the irony.
Yeah. Or he has schizophrenia.
Yes, it's moving on its own.
Well, this is the Twilight Zone. You never know which parts of it are unreliable narrators.
But at the end sorry, spoilers. No.
Yeah. So oh no. Not that story. We went to the Canadian Spider-Man, and I went to the Alamo, and we saw a woman in a wheelchair try and run over a child in the museum. Fun times all around. I don't think she was trying to do it on purpose, but I think it was a runaway wheelchair.
Oh no.
Anyway, yeah.
They should make a movie of that.
The little girl was okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Was she just like a bad driver?
Oh no, yes, probably. It just I want to believe that it was a pure accident. Anyway, I don't really know the woman.
Here's the
I just
sergeant.
remember hearing the altercation. I didn't see it. Spidey saw
Yeah.
it better than I did, so he'll tell
Yeah.
you the story one day.
Histophobus, can you do a good Sarge?
I don't want to yell in the mic. Gomer!
Yeah, pile.
Yeah, his the agent Frank is actually his real name is Frank
Yeah,
too.
Frank Sutton.
Yeah, Frank Sutton.
He was also a veteran in World War II.
Yes, he was a gunnery sergeant.
Oh, cool.
Which made him like a, he was actually the same rank he was in the show. He was actually a drill sergeant. So
yeah, I had forgotten about that. Thanks for mentioning that.
And
Frank Sutton is also a good performance in this episode.
Yeah, it's so weird for me to like see him in something serious and then catch an episode of Gomer Pyle, which was kind of funny at the time. It really was no. I mean, I don't know if the humor. I haven't watched it lately, but they would run back to back with Hogan's Heroes, which was one of my favorite shows at the time. But then he wasn't just like he was a serious actor, and he's done some amazing roles. So,
definitely, he's. I like it when actors, that are known, primarily for comedy, when they do drama. Like I'm just thinking of like Jack Lemmon. They're really good at it. They can just switch gears.
Yeah, I think actually it's like comedians. It's a lot easier for a comedian to act than an actor to be a comedian. In the same way, it's easier for a comedic actor to do serious, like Bill Murray in Razor's Edge. It's phenomenal. But it's not easy to be funny, man. If it was, I would...
Comedy is hard.
Probably even more undersung in that was Adam Sandler's performance in Punch Drunk Love.
That he's amazing in that.
Stone Racket, could you go to the private chat and read this? This is Jerry's response to having to go to all the psychologists and being told he's a schizophrenic over and over again. And this is an example of some of that dialogue that I think that Cliff was talking about.
It's like a well-rehearsed off-color gag. Patient goes from himself to a dummy and then is unable to separate himself from the dummy. That's very psychiatric and erudite and worth about $2.50 a word, but it's not right. It's not right. I told him that. I tell you that. It's no more schizophrenia, paranoia than it is athlete's foot or a head cold. Willie's alive.
Alive?
It's alive. It's alive. Oh, sorry.
It's like Gordon's alive.
No, I don't pretend to be as good as Cliff Robertson. He did a much better job reading that. But
of course, but
I tried.
I wanted to read it, but I wanted you to read it.
Well,
but essentially,
let me read that.
You're welcome. Essentially, Frank just thinks that Jerry's an alcoholic, and that's why this is all the problem.
Yeah,
just the liquor is the problem. But he's not wrong to say that there's a problem with the liquor because he missed 110 performances that Frank had to cover because of the drinking that happened because of the ventriloquist being alive.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's surprising he kept his job for that many misses.
And that's like half a year's worth of work or 2 years if he's only on the weekends. That is quite a bit.
Yeah. And Frank says he supports Jerry and that he can't miss the next show. I think you're a self-indulgent sot with an overactive imagination, and the only thing you like better than scotch is sympathy. I'm going to give you just 24 hours to straighten out. Get rid of that bottle and get rid of the crazy obsession that you're battling a dummy. And nope.
Which
Jerry,
is sort of funny if he really believes the doctors. You're not just going to snap out of a psychological condition in 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly. If they think
really.
he's got schizophrenia, why is he still hired?
You're not even going to step out of an alcohol-induced state like that in 24 hours.
No, yeah. You won't even get sober from tonight, much less, detox.
But it's a half-hour show, so let's cut it some slack.
Yeah. No, this was actually, the show was very well paced. I do want to add, no boring parts. It moves along extremely well.
Yeah, it's directed and edited and acted just superbly.
Yes, it stays very interesting. This whole argument gives Jerry an idea to use another dummy with a whole new routine. With this dummy he calls Goofy Goggles.
Look at the look of defiance in Cliff Robertson's face. Just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And he calls him Goofy Goggles, but when he does the routine, he just says Goofy. And it's like, no, it's Goofy Goggles. No.
Yeah, he does look like the special needs dummy, though, doesn't he?
He looks like Mortimer Snurd.
He's not quite right.
Yeah, he's like a dorky. He's more of a dorky.
Yeah, the eyebrows are just kind of like stamped on there.
Yeah, it looks put together a little bit wrong, but
yeah, he's probably an early dummy that he used, and then he went to his improved Willie dummy.
Anyway, Jerry is very happy with this new act, and with the dummy who isn't alive. And so he decides, he's not going to work with Wally anymore. And after this improv practice, he looks at Wally, who winks at him.
Yeah, he's like, there he is, kind of casual-like. It's like on the couch.
With his arm up.
The back of the chair was a little higher than casual, but, still kind of...
Oh, no, Jill, he winked. It's alive. I tell you, it's alive. And what a beautiful shot, and I'm glad you used this as the thumbnail. It's just completely awesome from a directorial point of view.
Yeah, brilliant.
And composition and everything.
The toss of the mirror, and it broke just perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that, he's bifurcated in the image. I wonder how long it took him to I'm assuming that's a real mirror and they put the dummy in front of it, but they did it perfect and angle and aimed it with the camera. Yeah.
And didn't get the camera.
George Clemens, cinematographer. He's brilliant.
Oh, Old Man Bird is here in the chat now. Natalie Portman and Scarlett Johansson are so hot, but if you analyze their looks against other women, they are average. Must be something.
Oh, I disagree with that. I disagree with that totally. I think they're extraordinarily beautiful women.
Spidey says, indeed true. Jill and I, oh yeah, the wheelchair woman. Well, yeah. Ask that from Spidey next time he's on panel. Shrubby says, if you haven't seen Andre Rue's performance of Anthony Hopkins' college years, waltz that he wrote, I'm not sure. And say, hey, is that Sergeant from Gomer Pyle? Yes, I think they confirmed that.
Yep, Frank Sutton. And Gomer Pyle was 65, I think, is when that started. 64, 65. So this is 62, right, Jill?
62 is correct.
Yeah, so a couple years or so until Gomer Pyle.
Shrubby says, seems being in the military service and working in the private sector before acting stops them from being complete arse hats outside in the real world.
Amen. Although it didn't help for me, but you sort of learn a lot about discipline and manners and behavior and just appropriate hierarchical behavior that I think these entitled narcissist brats have no idea. I wanted to ask Stone, are we sure Clemens was the DP on this? Did he get credit? I know he did the majority of the Twilight Zones, but
I think so. I think I saw his credit.
Yeah,
but
I forgot.
I'll double check for you. Okay.
Yeah, because I know like Joseph Lachelle and Conrad Hall also did some, but they're distinct visual styles. But It's funny, I didn't think to check.
Yeah, Conrad Hall, Outer Limits is just, he's so brilliant in that series with his cinematography.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure. I don't think Conrad Hall worked on Twilight Zone.
George T. Clemens is director of photography.
Oh, okay, no, yeah. I was going to look it up.
Oh, I'm sorry,
it's not.
No, people knew what they were doing back in the day. Yeah. They had to, because you couldn't just. Film was expensive. You couldn't. You just couldn't do a redo like they do with digital now. And so these guys, all of them that worked on the Twilight Zone, man, they were rock solid and they knew what they were doing.
Yep.
They were.
And it's just so gorgeous on Blu-ray.
And I want to say hello to Kevin Theme Park Adventure.
Who?
Kevin Theme Park.
Oh, that guy. Adventure. That guy.
He's Kevin, and he probably has Theme Park Adventures.
Yeah. He probably goes to a lot of, hopefully he has a whole bunch of videos on Universal.
Yeah. Oh, that's where, you guess where I'm going for my 15th wedding anniversary this year.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to try to get down there in October this year.
I got to do it in the summer because I got the children.
I don't want to be in the extreme heat and humidity, so I'm going
to. Yeah, me too. Like, it's like an oven in August. But congratulations, Joe, on your 15th anniversary.
Yeah, sweet.
So
you've now been married 5 times longer than most celebrities.
Yay! Is that true? The average Hollywood marriage is 3 years? That's longer than I thought.
I actually was thinking 2, but my math is bad today. So. I was going to say 7. I rounded up down.
Give him 3.
You gave him the benefit of an extra year. Please, Spidey wants everybody to hit the like button. It really does help the channel grow. Yeah, and if you do enjoy the show,
according to LDG,
why does it always sound like there's a random duck every once in a while?
Sorry.
According
it adds flavor.
Old Man Bird says you couldn't see what was being filmed until it was developed and played back, right? Instead of seeing it on the screen.
Right.
Yeah. They would use Polaroids to check the lighting,
Yeah. And speaking of that, Kubrick was, even though he could do his own cinematography for sure, because he was brilliant at it, but he would take Polaroids upon Polaroids to make sure everything was just right, even though he wasn't officially the DP on specific films later in his career. But he did perform some secret cinematography, Istophobos, on a film, which he didn't direct. And do you remember what that was from 1977?
Shoot, I did. Give me a second. Let me pull that out of my arse. No, I give up. Well,
the Spy Who Loved Me. He did the cinematography. He did the lighting for the huge set. The Icarus. Is it Icarus? The big ship that holds the three subs.
No, it wasn't Icarus.
What is that? Arcturus. I can't remember.
The ship that had the nuclear.
The 3 nuclear subs, and it would swallow subs.
No, I want to say, oh God, the Liparus.
Liparus,
Liprus. Yeah, like people don't realize he's actually the director of visual effects for 2001, as well as the director of the film.
Well,
I know.
That's a controversy there. He did supervise. He told everyone what he wanted, exactly what he wanted, and he helped design. But the thing is, the people that actually did the tough stuff deserve more credit. But anyway,
but he did
back to Twilight Zone.
He did the
we
planets on
will
the glass plates, and he did a lot of the moons, and the stationary spatial objects were made with techniques that he helped
I
develop.
don't think so. I've got production photos of other people painting the planets.
Ooh,
But,
you know, tune in
Fight,
for when we
fight,
do
fight,
review
fight,
Space
fight.
Odyssey 2001, because I do want to review that. That's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
happen.
he didn't paint them. He developed the painting on glass and the photography techniques they used for it.
But that goes way back to the silent era before Kubrick was even born.
Well, okay, so
Silent
we'll review that
glass.
movie. We'll review that movie
Yeah,
later and
I don't want to
continue
derail
that
much,
debate.
but
No. But the showgirls are derailing also. They interrupt Jerry as he heads to the stage. They want him to perform just for them. But Jerry's busy. Willie, however, gives the girls what they want. And they squeal in delight, thinking that it's Jerry fulfilling their request.
Bring on the girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you
Well-
bring that wooden guy with you over here and entertain us?
Yeah.
yeah, I've never been to a comedy nightclub that had dancing girls in between the acts. But if you know of a place,
It's a
I'm
variety
game.
show, man.
It's a variety show. Yeah.
Yeah, Willie
Just
is
saying.
speaking. Yeah, Willie's speaking all on his own. So this is the part where you realize this is really happening. And then Jerry does his bit with Goofy, and even though he's like, "Oh, this is going to take a long time to figure out how to do this bit," he even has a prop of a giant E, like one of those. Can you see this when you go to the eye doctor? And can you read it?
the eye
It's
chart.
just the eye chart. Except there's just one letter on it because that's just how blind Goofy Goggles is. There it is.
Well, give me a clue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is this before Mr. Magoo? I'm pretty sure it has to be before. No, Magoo
would
was
think it's
created
after.
it's created in 1949. Yeah.
yeah. Mr. Magoo goes back a ways. Yeah.
Well, only this past Christmas I realized there was a Mr. Magoo Christmas special.
Oh
but I
my
still haven't seen
goodness.
it.
Yeah, I remember seeing that back in the day.
Yeah, he teamed up with Perry Como.
So,
Como and
so
Magoo
off to the
sync.
side. Off to the side, the agent and the nightclub owner, they discuss the act, and the nightclub owner, I guess George prefers Willie. Why didn't he use the other one? He likes the other puppet.
Yeah, why didn't you use the other dummy?
Your
I
audience
like
wants
that.
Willie.
Yeah.
Although, actually, the audience loved Goofy just as
Yeah, I
much.
mean, I didn't
Yeah.
see why that would be such a problem. I don't know, but
Well, I thought Willie was just funnier enough to make a difference, which isn't an easy thing to do if you're trying to fine tune like comedy like that. But I did feel like Willie was slightly better, which is
I agree. I mean, the edge is there with Willie. It's like,
yeah.
Goofy Goggles is kind of a one-trick joke.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's blind.
and the thing is, what's
Yeah.
funny is he's only on for just a little bit, and then he walks off. It's like, wait a minute, isn't he supposed to be on longer?
Yeah, time shifting.
The show has to move. So
Right.
mhm.
Exactly. We only, like you said, we only have 20 minutes to get this story out. And George was played by John Harmon, who shows up in 2 episodes of Star Trek. And
Yay!
he's the boss named Teppo in A Piece of the Action.
oh, that's right. I knew I'd seen that face.
Yep.
I just went,
He
where have I
does-
seen that guy?
Yeah,
One more
and-
thing.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Vic? Is it Vic Tayback was the other boss?
Yeah.
Or,
Vic? No, wait a minute. Vic Tayback.
no,
Was,
Vic from Mel's
Vic-
Diner.
Right.
Vic,
He was the main baddie. Jill's referring to one of the supporting baddies.
Oh, okay.
Or
Was-
other mafia dons that were right. Jill,
Wasn't that
they're in
named-
a group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wasn't
the
Mel's-
two main dons are Krakow and Bella, and I can't remember who plays Bella, but Krakow is Vic Tayback, if I
Yeah,
recall
okay.
correctly.
Yes.
Is that right, Jill?
That's right. Mhm.
Okay. My memory is working today.
He was in one more Star Trek episode. He also played a homeless character named Rodent. I guess he's called Rodent. I don't remember that.
In the City on the Edge of
The
Forever.
Edge of Forever?
Yeah. He's the one that drops the milk.
It's the only place you could have a homeless guy in Star Trek TOS.
Well, and he discovers the phaser and things don't go well.
Yeah, that's not one of the better aspects.
Bella was Anthony Caruso. That's right.
Oh, the great Caruso. All right. No. Sorry.
Okay, so George is also worried that Jerry isn't mingling with the customers because apparently after his act, he's supposed to take the dummy all around the floor and talk to the customers, and this somehow makes them want to drink more.
And no biting. No biting the customers.
I wouldn't doubt that. If you got confronted by a ventriloquist and his dummy at your table.
Yeah, that would drive me to drink.
If he really wants him to drink more, he'll send the showgirls out and have everybody buying them drinks.
There you go.
So.
There you go.
Nobody wants Cliff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering how that works. Are they just going to they drink more because they want to get to the bar to get away from Willie? or Goofy or whatever.
Yeah, especially Willie would scare them.
Yeah.
So he's being charming with ladies. And
yeah, you can get away with a lot when you're a ventriloquist.
Apparently. So Jerry had a good show with Goofy Goggles, so he puts Willie in the trunk and he locks him inside. And he says, "Sweet dreams." Yeah, sweet dreams, Willie. Your next booking is in the fireplace. I think somebody in the chat said we should use him as firewood.
Yeah, I think Brogu said that.
And I want to say hello in the chat to DJ Play Nice stopping by to say hi and leave a like. Oh, thank you. That's I appreciate that very much.
Hello.
Those likes do help.
Well, according to LGG, they do nothing.
Oh.
But I'm kind of like, whoa.
Whatsoever? Really?
Well, for the channel, for you, but I guess
But I was always told if you get a certain amount of likes, then the algorithm picks up the thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't know. I can't read the algorithm because that's
what I've heard as well. So it's like,
actually, I think it does. Like comments, any interaction does give it a little boost, but you're not going to see a big jump or anything just from one like. But, it's a little boost from the interactions.
Yeah, definitely the comments, but both. I still encourage people to
I've
do
seen
that.
the like come through on one of my videos, and then the next day it had like several more views, even though it was older. So it does give you a little boost.
Did you have a poll in the chat?
I forgot the poll. Hey guys, do you want a poll? I'll bring it up here. It's not too late.
I was gonna sign in to YouTube, and if you have the poll, then then more reason to sign in because I want to vote. Gosh, which episode am I going to vote for?
and after you're done with the poll, give it to the dancing girls so they can use
it. Bring on the girls.
Oh, these girls are classier than that.
Yeah, they're pretty classy.
So Frankie tells Jerry that George wanted him to mingle, but really it doesn't really matter because Frankie reveals that he's quitting the club. You keep your 10% and I'll keep my self-respect. So he's quitting on him. And he describes how his life will be better without Jerry. His humor, it will be back and he'll get to eat and work during more normal hours. And he tells him, you don't need an agent, you need medical help.
Okay, can you go back one slide? Or
sure.
So notice all of the shots here are relatively flatly composed with all the background elements, horizontal and vertical. Just want to point that out because we're about to go in the alley. I'll explain as we go.
Yeah, we're about to get crazy. Jerry confirms that Frankie has never believed that Willie is alive. Jerry says, he talks when I don't talk. He tells jokes I never heard of before. Gives me bum cues. He's alive, Frank. That's why I locked him in that trunk. And Jerry explains that he's leaving Willie behind and he's taking Goofy to other cities for his act. And Frankie says there's no difference between one city and another, basically telling him he can't run away from his problems, being alcohol, because that's still where Frankie's head is at with Jerry.
Yeah. And, people who are problem drinkers hear that a lot and say that a lot. Well, I'm going to go somewhere else. They even have a name for it. It's called a geographic. They just say geographic, but it implies a geographic cure for their problems, which usually are everybody else and not them.
I see.
But no matter where you go,
the problem will be there.
There you are.
Because they can't admit they're the problem. As Jerry leaves, he hears the voice of Willie asking if he's really going to leave him in that trunk.
Okay, now you'll start to notice that, I know he's on the stairs, you're going to start to see the background elements. He's not going Dutch angle yet, but he is emulating the angles with all of the background and foreground elements.
And the stairs and everything. And the poster, these posters were made just for this episode of the Pascal clan, apparently, from what I heard. Oh, I think I have a member chat. Oh, it's from Stone Racket.
So
Free Willie from the trunk.
From the trunk? Yeah, so Istophobus is saying they built that ramp for a reason. For more than just being there as a backdoor ramp to the stage.
Well, they shot it from this angle instead of like straight on or straight from the side. They're oblique would be the word.
Yeah, that's some neat foreshadowing visually.
Yeah, and then
I didn't get that. That's great.
Yeah, I really didn't notice that.
Yeah, so this is where we transition from kind of normal straight photography to Dutch angle adjacent, and then we'll go into the full-on Dutch angles.
Yeah, and then some great shadow work as well.
Oh yeah, very creepy shadow work.
Yeah,
I think where the horror works in this episode, it doesn't work in the next episode.
The next episode just pisses me off.
The next episode, nothing works. No,
Willie says, come on, old sport. I wouldn't lock you in a trunk.
I don't believe that. I think Willie would lock just about anybody in a trunk.
Yeah, I don't believe that at
malevolent.
all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my Harpo also agrees.
Yeah, see again the way the roof of now they're going for a bunch of oblique angles with all of the elements.
Yeah.
And just God, look at the shadow there. Look at even the cigarette is hanging off slanted.
Bring on the girls.
Oh yeah, the girls are saying goodnight.
Yeah, more enhanced perspective with using the railing and now we find out why he didn't want to mingle with the crowd, because he has a woman to harass.
Oh dear.
Oh, because he's afraid. He's
afraid. He's a little too desperate. But it's like,
I know.
Yeah.
And this is creepy as hell right here.
It is. Because he's supposed to be locked in a trunk, and yet we see a silhouette of him on the wall in the shadow.
And look at that tie he's wearing, Jill.
Right?
The hair isn't frazzled in the back.
So as he's still trying to leave, and this is where we start getting those Dutch angles that
kathunk.
Talking about.
You can almost hear the camera flipping a kathunk.
It was really well done.
Before the Batman series, we had the dummy episode of Twilight.
It really changes that whole atmosphere and psychology of everything.
Yeah.
And
But you all are familiar with Adam West's Batman series. Every time we went to a villain's lair, there was a Dutch angle.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess
I don't
me
have
and
it on.
Estefovas are the
I
only
have
ones.
it on DVD and not Blu-ray, but it looks almost like it's Blu-ray. It's so well mastered and razor sharp.
Yeah, the Blu-rays are astounding. I
I've
highly
seen a few
recommend them.
episodes. I've seen a few episodes of 66. Willie says, "Didn't you forget someone? Didn't you forget Willie?" See, if I would have had time, I would have got clips of these. They would have been even better.
Yeah.
Because it's really
Yeah.
well done. He's so alone. So Jerry's so alone. He's so afraid that he's accosting Noreen. She gets victimized here in a very creepy
I
manner.
didn't really care for this interaction.
Yeah, it's you just it's
And was he like holding on to her that she couldn't get away or something?
Yes.
yeah, he's kind of grabbing her arm and stuff, but she gets away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's-
eventually, but it took too long. It was like
She gets away.
It is really uncomfortable. I agree.
But it's 1962, so
Yeah.
let's just
Is that a cigarette machine in the alley, or is
Yep.
that a poster? Okay,
that's a
that's
cigarette
something
machine.
you don't see anymore. Like,
Well,
Oh, I wouldn't even have noticed that. But context is everything. He wasn't really trying to physically or assault
yeah,
her.
I know, but it wasn't
But-
even that. It was actually the acting was like, I'm not
Really?
believing that he's holding her back and stuff. It was almost like the script demanded it.
Well, it was
You know,
it was
just-
it was somewhat awkward, but maybe she was also shocked that he's behaving this way.
yeah, I thought he was grabbing onto her sleeves underneath her arms, sort of behind the camera, so you couldn't see it. Because the way she tried
Yeah,
to
it
pull
was
away,
hard
it
for me
looks
to
like
see how he was holding on to her. And it sometimes it looked like the puppet was holding on to her. I was like, what? I don't
Well,
really
that
get this.
might have been
But
the
it
case.
seemed like it seemed like they were just keeping him too close, and it was too long
Yeah,
of a dialogue for it to work.
yeah.
I
See
think,
how his hands are underneath
yeah.
her elbows? He's grabbing the sleeves.
yeah. I was going to say, Estefovas, you were right about the sleeves. He's grabbing onto her coat,
Mhm.
but she gets away, Jill. She gets
Yeah,
away.
she gets away, and after she leaves, you can hear Willie laughing maniacally.
See, it's all Willie's fault, Jill.
Yeah, no, the I don't know, just the horror, the atmosphere works really well.
Okay, you want to know something funny? Just I haven't had a cigarette in 20 years, and just the brief flash of that and thinking about pulling the lever from a cigarette machine sort of made me like I could almost taste one in my mouth and made me think about the idea of having a cigarette. So people, don't smoke. It's bad.
Very bad.
Just your little bear can smoke. He's the only one.
A cigar.
Jerry runs frantically back into the nightclub as he hears Willie's voice, so he's going back. And what's next? It succeeds really well. Well, I think really because it's so dark.
Yeah.
And the
It's
dummy
black
is
and white.
taunting him.
Yeah, black and white photography is just, I love it. And boo hiss to those that don't like black and white.
Twilight Zone was why I enjoy black and white.
Oh,
It
sweet.
can be done well. And it's
I
definitely
love
done
hearing
well.
that, Jill. That's very encouraging.
Well,
I could
and this-
never get my kids to watch anything in black and white. It was very frustrating.
Oh,
Oh, no.
that's
good.
it's too bad.
Yeah, especially since half of my life was black and white photography. But
Oh, wow. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I hear you. My nieces and nephews, they love old films. So my sister, and with some help from me, we help them appreciate the classic cinema and television with the black and white photography.
yeah, I was not going to sit down with the colorized version of Casablanca. I just couldn't do it.
Oh, yeah, that's
refuse.
vomit inducing. And then that reminds me of Ted Turner. I'm going to get my hands on Citizen Kane and colorize it just to piss them off. Well, that didn't happen. Thank God.
Good. So we have a fight with the dummy in the dark.
Yes. And it's very confusing, Jill. I mean, what happens?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I see broken glasses. Jill, what does this mean?
That there was time now. He's fighting with the dummy and he destroys it. But because of their glasses, he realizes he's destroyed the wrong one.
It's the wrong dummy.
Yes. And
dun 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 dun.
How do you not know which one you're destroying?
It's dark.
It's all Willie's fault.
But he was carrying the other one the whole time.
He opened the chest and he pulled the dummy from the chest and then he fought the dummy. And so he thought for sure he was killing Willie.
Yeah, Willie, it's all Willie's doing.
So it transmuted into a different one.
No, Willie tricked him.
He switched him
up. He did the old switcheroo.
Somehow.
Like Rod Serling says in the closing narration.
And Willie tells Jerry that he's the reason that he's alive. You made me what I am today. I hope you're satisfied.
Go ahead.
Jerry realizes he can't be rid of Willie. He's stuck with him forever. Although, couldn't he destroy him now? He just destroyed the other one. I think he could do it. He didn't give it another try.
I think he's pretty much defeated because
broke his spirit.
Yeah, look at his posture.
Yeah, another great acting. Yeah, he really could, but part of him feels like he needs at least one dummy, and he really did break his spirit after that.
Yeah, that right there. It's like, and then he's laughing maniacally again. It's like, oh dear, horror show.
I don't know.
Yes. Then we get a new bit that starts next. Oh, you don't know what? Did you have something to add, Wayfair?
No, I shouldn't. Okay. Never mind.
Oh, Lawrence isn't buying it. He's not buying it. Okay.
No.
The new bit starts. Here, he's introduced. They're in Kansas City. And it looks like Willie is now the ventriloquist.
Look at those eyebrows, Jill. They're monstrous.
Yeah, that's a lot of eyeshadow on top of the eyebrow.
Yeah.
And the dummy is supposed to be a caricature of Jerry.
It's supposed to be. It is.
Yeah. And they were able to execute this.
I didn't
with the help of
at first. I needed my wife to tell me what happened. It is obvious, actually.
They were able to pull this off with the help of a Disney animator and a very skilled makeup artist. Yeah. And the production team was very pleased with the work.
That was it Frank Campbell or Jill, the Disney animator?
Yes, I got that information here.
Yeah, it's Campbell, something Campbell. I think it's Frank Campbell or Fred Campbell, something like that.
Well, first it says, William Tuttle recalls that getting a ventriloquist dummy to resemble Cliff Robertson was no mean feat. So, let's see.
Yeah, did Cliff take that thing home when they were done? Is that a souvenir, I wonder?
There is a celebrity that has both the Willie dummy and the Cliff Robertson dummy.
Oh, they're together.
Yeah, I think, if I remember right. But then again, I think it's Internet Movie Database trivia, and that who knows if that's correct. So,
but of course, rest in peace, Goofy Goggles.
Yes.
So I'll read this. So I said to the production manager, Ralph Nelson, you need to get someone to do a caricature, and I'm no good at it. I don't have the knack. One of the greatest caricatures is a man who calls himself T.He. He was one of the top men at Disney for many years. I first met him years ago. His name was Frank Campbell. So there it is, Campbell. He was a fantastic caricaturist, so I told Ralph Nelson all this, and he said, well, maybe I can get in touch with him through Disney. And they found him. He was living out in the Mojave someplace.
And Willie and Cliffy are in the David Copperfield Museum in Las Vegas currently.
Oh, good. I love it when somebody buys something important to film like this and donates it to the museums. That's my favorite thing. That happened recently to Santa and Rudolph, the little puppets from that stop motion animation, and they got restored. And the person who bought them gave them to the museum.
And a guy named
belongs
Revelo,
in a museum.
a guy named Revelo Petit is the one who designed Willie.
Okay, so who wants to read the closing narration?
I literally cannot.
You cannot? Okay,
I'll do
Stone
it.
Racket then.
What's known in the parlance of the times as the old switcheroo, from boss to blockhead in a few uneasy lessons. And if you're given to nightclubbing on occasion, check this act. It's called Willie and Jerry, and they generally are booked into some of the clubs along the Gray Night Way, known as the Twilight Zone.
There we are.
Yeah, I have to turn my head away from the mic to see the private chat because of the way my vision works. So,
I see. That's all right. It's just something we like to do here sometimes if we can share the readings.
yeah, I think I can do it next. I can prepare ahead of time. So, and are we? Speaking of ahead of time, are you going to be doing the Bradbury one next week?
What do you mean?
I sing the Body Electric.
Oh yes, that's right. Yes, that's next week.
Okay.
But
yes.
we're not.
What?
What were you saying?
I lost audio, I think.
Okay. I usually talk about what we're doing next week after we review both of them, but you're right. That's coming up next week.
I will be prepared.
Nice. So, there was one more thing about the dummy. Apparently, there was some more stuff that wasn't filmed, and they did a whole "Don't Fence Me In" skit. But,
Oh, wow! Is that available anywhere?
Do you want to do it with me, Jill?
I can't sing. I'd have to sing, and I don't actually know the tune to "Don't Fence Me In."
Okay.
So we're gonna skip it.
Yeah, we'll
but
skip it.
If anybody, we're gonna skip it.
It is printed out, though.
It is printed out in the Grams Jr. Martin, The Twilight Zone, Unlocking the Door to a Television Classic. So go read that.
You're skipping an episode?
No, we're skipping the extra dialogue. There's a "Don't Fence Me In" little skit, and it's just basically Jerry singing the song and Willie responding to it as if it's he's just talking, and then they start singing together. So it's a little
I think there is a Star Trek connection to that song.
"Don't Fence Me In" is that Generations?
No. Robert Picardo, who plays the Doctor, was in a movie called Inner Space, where he played like this assassin, thief, smuggler type. And I do believe he sang that song to himself while he was putting on cologne in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. I like Inner Space. That's fun.
That's when he's playing with the lasso and imagining he's pulling a woman towards him, and he's singing that song.
Oh.
There's another guy with great comic chops there.
He is, yes. Robert Picardo is fantastic, and yes, he was good as the cowboy in that movie.
Yeah, that was
Such
his name, right?
Such a weird movie. When it turns into Face Off.
That was his name, right? I think that was like his code name, the cowboy.
Yes.
Yeah. So, by the way, Distant Drums was the Wilhelm Scream movie with the alligator, but then they used it for Charge at Feather River. That's what I was thinking, the cowboy one, and that's where it became the Wilhelm Scream.
Yeah.
Because Private Wilhelm lets out the yell after being shot with an arrow.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa. Hey, Lance from the Outcast Creative is here. We all love him. Hey, Jill, just popping in to give you a like. Here with my friend May, who is visiting from Sweden. So we're going to do touristy things all week.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
that sounds stupendous.
It does. Lance, you don't know this, but I am sending my viewers over to where your stream is, although I am finishing about 30 minutes before you go live. So I don't know how many are going to hang around, but that's where this is going to redirect to when it's over.
Yeah, welcome to England, May, even though I'm myself am not in England. So
Yeah, hello, May. And there's the channel, Outcast Creative. Lance is awesome. I don't recognize those
Gavin.
girls with their clothes on. Okay.
You
Right.
are a naughty boy, Gavin.
Incorrigible. Old Man Bird says, as the season progresses, do the shows get more or less imaginative and creepy?
Well, you'll have to tune in and find out.
Yeah, Eris. Hello,
Yes.
Eris. How's it going? It's going great for me.
yeah,
Lemon
I
Pie's
think as
also
a
here.
Oh,
I think
lemon
as a
pie.
general rule, the show really few shows maintain their quality like this one. Although it's always been a little bit inconsistent due to the nature of anthology television.
That's true. All the marathons always show the best Twilight Zone. So you
Yeah.
think the show is perfect until you review each and every one.
Yeah,
And
mhm.
yeah, and as we're going to see, I'm not a big fan of this one coming up.
Oh,
It's not the worst
yeah.
episode.
Are you doing the poll, or are we gonna get the poll like at the end after we do the next one?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll look at the
Yeah.
poll afterwards. But
That's
some people
that's the
may love it.
procedure. That's
Some
the
people,
procedure.
sometimes when I don't like an episode,
I
other
know I'm
people
going
love
to
it.
be shouted down for this, but I actually preferred this one coming up.
Ah!
Oh, all because you can figure out how he's grabbing her, man.
No, it was a few things. Mostly because I was actually bored. His ventriloquist act was good at the beginning, but after that, I kind of lost interest.
Mm.
And then it ended. I mean, I didn't predict a switcheroo, but I knew something bad was going to happen because of the puppet, and it was just about waiting around to see
You just don't like puppets,
and I just didn't have an interest. You know,
yeah. You're an anti-puppet bigot.
no.
I don't find the next episode as bad as I'm just very frustrated with the guy's behavior. Anytime I see a man acting like that, it just pisses me off.
Oh yeah, but I mean, they kind of answer at the end, but well, I guess as we go, we'll say. I mean, there's some things I felt could have improved it, but I was kind of interested because I wanted to find out more about her and why she had an issue with the mother.
Yeah,
And,
you know
and
what?
it was kind of like peeling those off little by little along the way. And each time I was like, okay, I'm learning more. I'm learning more.
Yeah, they tell you, but it's very quick. But you know what really would have improved that? A puppet.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the problems that I have with it soon. But I like the dummy because it was psychological warfare.
Yeah, this is considered one of the all-time greatest episodes of the Twilight Zone ever. I mean, this is
one of the. Yeah, I agree. It's as far as
I guess I'm just not as intelligent.
As far as the
that's not true. That's false.
As far as what Istophobos was saying, regarded as one of the greatest. It's regarded as one of the best examples of creepy Twilight Zone. The more horrific Twilight Zone episodes. So it's right up there with It's a Good Life and what's another one, guys? Another good creepy one. Anyway.
Nightmare at 20,000 feet's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been creepier if they had a better design for the gremlin, but it's brilliantly acted by Shatner.
You know, it's quick flashes and the lightning and everything, so it's like you don't notice that unless you're taking screen grabs. And
well, I noticed it when I first saw it, and I wasn't. Anyway, it's definitely William Tuttle makeup because you can tell William Tuttle makeup a mile away. Just think of the Morlocks from the Time Machine, and you know William Tuttle makeup. So.
I like Phantom Outsiders. It's like
Yeah, and now I've been wanting to read this. Hail chat. Did we get to the part where Uncle Ben tells Caesar, with great power, there also comes a greater responsibility?
he told that to Willie.
He tells that to Willie. Caesar and Me is the poor cousin to this episode that has oh gosh, now my memory's failing me. The actor that's in that one is not up to Cliff Robertson.
So, Wayfarer, Canadian Spider-Man is on your side. I had to vote against the dummy. Dummies make me nervous. A young man's fancy was better, since I'm a fancy young man.
You're talking about Jackie Cooper, aren't you?
Yeah, Jackie Cooper. Yeah, I was going to say he played Perry White and Superman the movie, but I just couldn't think of his name. But he goes back to the silent era, right, Estefobus?
Yeah. I think he was like the first Hollywood millionaire, right?
Jackie Coogan actually.
Oh, Jackie Coogan. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Jackie Coogan
from the Little Rascals.
Jackie Coogan goes back to the silent era with Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you get old. Like names that are really similar, you easily transpose them because your memory gets a little fuzzy.
Yeah, Cooper was in the Little Rascals, but he, like I said, he goes back to child acting at a very young age.
And Uncle Fester was Coogan, right?
Right, Uncle Fester, but he was in the Kid. Is it the? Oh, what is that?
Yeah, it was the Kid
with Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, and didn't both of them squander away their money and end up destitute?
Well, real quick, there was a law passed because of Jackie Coogan's parents squandering what he earned, and they made some protective laws for child actors, and it's basically the Jackie Coogan
law. Yeah.
Oh, but didn't that also happen to Macaulay Culkin and didn't really work out too well, I guess?
I guess not. Yeah, Lemon Pie says this panel is chock full of apples. No, it's just one bad apple, and his name is Stone Racket.
It's like Hollywood parents not obeying the law. I'm shocked.
Right.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a big thing coming out now, right? With let's just Warner Brothers, and we'll leave it at that.
What did their parents do?
Well, I thought we were going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
but Wayfarer's curious, so let's do it briefly.
Well, those two brothers, the Warners, what did their parents do to them?
No,
two brothers. There's more than two, but anyway, we'll save that for after
Warner Brothers.
After the stream.
There's Warner Brothers and their sister Dot. Canadian Spider-Man says, "Hey chat, thanks for being here with us. Jill really does appreciate the support and viewership. It's a bit of work to put these things together, Yeah, I was working late into the night just because I procrastinated the whole day. So I ended up working at night.
Yeah, I'll just say that Timothy Busfield is accused of something very horrible. And it involves child actors and their parents.
I don't watch news, so I don't know anything going on right now.
Yeah,
I just watch YouTube. I already heard it.
I don't watch news either.
It's basically Hollywood is full of that, and always has been, and they all are going to burn in hell.
Yeah. Despite the law, you still hear stories of parents embezzling from their kids. All the time. It's tragic. Because the kids really, they don't have any control. They don't have any power.
Mm-hmm. And now it's happening with the influencers on social media, the family vloggers.
That's sickening.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Well, Jill's not one of those. She's one of the good guys. So we are going to...
Well,
I'll let my kids. My kids will get to build their own internet identity. I'm not stealing that from them. That's not cool. It shouldn't be
anti-derivative Jill's kids.
Yeah, I put them on Facebook for my family, and that's as far as I go.
Yeah, this is not a bad episode. It's interesting, and the The way they visually tell the story is really quite clever. It's just just guys like that. I'm just so.
But it kind of went over my head. I didn't realize I was supposed to be paying attention to what this object was and what it is now. First, now it's a regular dial telephone, and now it's a rotary telephone.
Well, that's the first thing I caught, and then you see the radio and the clock and the stove and the oven.
But let's talk about it. Young Man's Fancy first aired on May 11th, 1962. It was written by Richard Matheson and directed by John Braham. And we spend all our time just in this house. And the opening narration is a long one, considering how simple this episode is.
It starts right from the beginning, too.
Yeah. There's no story before the narration happens.
Man, that picture of her, they couldn't have nailed it better.
Yeah, and she keeps pictures of herself all throughout the house.
Mm-hmm.
Or he does.
So, he does.
Well, we'll find out at the end.
Oh, that's true. It wasn't. Yeah, probably wasn't the. You're right. She probably wasn't the one to put those pictures up. He must have started just printing all these 8x10 photos of his mom and putting them everywhere. So Rod says, "You're looking at the house of the late Mrs. Henrietta Walker. This is Mrs. Walker herself, as she appeared 25 years ago, and this, except for isolated objects, is the living room of Mrs. Walker's house, as it appeared in that same year. The other rooms, upstairs and down, are pretty much the same. The time, however, is not 25 years ago, but now. The house of the late Mrs. Henrietta Walker is, you see, a house which belongs almost entirely to the past. A house which, like Mrs. Walker's clock here, has ceased to recognize the passage of time. Only one element is missing now, one remaining item in the estate of the late Mrs. Walker. Her son, Alex, 34 years of age and up till 20 minutes ago, the so-called perennial bachelor. With him is his bride, the former Miss Virginia Lane. They're returning from the city hall in order to get Mr. Walker's clothes packed, make final arrangements for the sale of the house, lock it up, and depart on their honeymoon. Not a complicated set of tasks, it would appear. And yet the newlywed Mrs. Walker is about to discover that the old adage, "you can't go home again," has little meaning in the Twilight Zone. Yeah, I like that's a really long opening, but I do like that Sterling actually walks around for this one. Getting the smoke everywhere.
Yeah. Well, you get to see the house, which is you get the establishing shots for the house. And I really like the neighborhood, and it's just nice. And the casting was really done well, because you get to see. Remember, back then, man, people got married a lot younger. You were not used to seeing newlyweds of this age.
Yep, and there's a reason why.
Yes.
And Snortopoopus, hello to Snortopoopus Q Burr. Yeah, they're a little older. They say 34, but they kind of look more like they're a little bit older than that.
Not my mother. My wife said that. My wife said that he looked like he was in his early 50s.
Yeah, you gave away something there, Lawrence. I gotta say, somebody's in the doghouse tonight.
Well, it's the right episode to say it in, huh?
Yeah, I want to shout out to my fellow polar bear. I think he's a grown-up polar bear, where I am a baby polar bear, but we are the same species. Snortopoopus Cuber.
My sister had a boyfriend like this, but luckily she got away before they got married. Anyway, Lemon Pie, hi, Kevin. And so Alex and Virginia are here at Alex's old home, so he can pack some clothes so they can go on their honeymoon. And you can see how their love is obvious here and strong. They're kissing. And as throughout the course of the episode, I do like how you can see them slowly drifting apart. And he's
Yeah.
pushing away. He begins to push away from her more and
Yeah,
more.
she looks about 45 to me. I'm sorry. It's just I know everyone kind of looks younger even than they did in my day, but
Well, she had 12 hard years.
yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting
12
for this guy.
years in Azkaban.
You're not far off, I think.
No, they say at the end. Well, she said when she gets to speak to the mother.
Apparently, later
I
on, she
waited
plays Ma
12
Kent in
years.
Superman, 1978.
Oh, is
She's-
that?
Ooh.
Oh,
Phyllis
that's
Baxter.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. They both look older than 34. The 34, I don't buy that.
Well, he is. They didn't really say her age, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
As you know, I'm just going to say for the time, and you know, this is my time, although I was extremely little. The older, when a woman started to reach a certain age, there was a kind of desperation to find a husband and get married and settle down. And you don't really see that now. I think you see the opposite, but you know, that was a real thing.
Yeah, those eggs don't last forever, but nowadays you can get them frozen.
Well, she had been waiting a long time for him.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then on the wall, I like those kind of silhouette pictures with the hoop skirt, the top one, and the gentleman below it.
Yeah, I think the impression was, you know, I don't think most women would have stuck it out like her. It's actually quite a sad story.
Yeah, it is. It is really depressing. She wasted all those years. But Virginia wants Alex to call Mr. Wilkinson. That's the real estate agent, so they can get the house sold while they're on their honeymoon. And Alex is supposed to go upstairs and pack his bags. And Virginia says, everything's going to be all right. I'm so happy to be Mrs. Walker at last after all these years.
And I think the name Virginia means that this is going to be the real honeymoon.
Yeah, I don't know
for both when we get to know him.
I don't know if this is relevant, but about 10 years before this, there was a short industrial film with the same name, A Young Man's Fancy, that was essentially like a feature-length commercial made by the Jam Handy Corporation promoting the benefits of new modern household electrical appliance, where a visiting young man prefers the modern kitchen gadgets and highlighting the ease of electric living through its plot and its dialogue.
Speaking of which, there is, and this could very well be that commercial too, because there's a more modern looking vacuum, and then later on we'll see a more classic one.
Yeah, I think this actually does the exact opposite of that other commercial, which is this seems to be promoting the benefits of less modern appliances.
Yeah.
But
the clock on the wall back there is interesting.
The key to the emotional drama here is that she's exclaiming how happy she is to be married. And while she's saying this, Alex is looking over her shoulder to a photo of his dead mother.
Yeah, and she looks like a piece of work, I gotta say.
Yeah, we'll see her in just a second. And hello in the chat to John the Beagle Dad. I hope you're doing well, you and Porthos. There she is.
Hey, John. Is that even something that happens nowadays? I mean, it wasn't uncommon, in older times, in the before time, for there to be somewhat of a rivalry between a man's girlfriend, fiance, and the mother when you got a particular kind of man who was unable to, leave the nest, so to speak. I don't even know if that happens these days.
It probably does to a certain degree, because it's even harder nowadays to get started on your life, especially
that's true.
Getting employed and earning some money. But so I imagine it's the case. But also there's probably conflicts between wives and mothers today about many other things too.
I'm sure there's an element of wanting to protect your kid from a potential bad situation, and then there's wanting to keep them forever, which would be an unhealthy version of that.
There's both sides of that. Depending on on the woman, if she's good, she wants to actually protect her husband from his overbearing mother. But if she's like if she is a woman of ill intent, the opposite happens. So
it's hard to decipher that, which is what makes this episode a bit ambiguous.
And that's what you're starting to get at the beginning. It's like a case being built against, the mother.
Yeah.
Hello to Low Specs Linux Gaming. I posted John the Beagle Dad recently posted some baby puppy shorts of Porthos with his litter mates. That sounds sweet.
It is funny at the beginning of the episode when they walk in, I'm like, this is like when men were men. He's strong, tall, confident, standing up, and you can see him actually sort of falling apart and withering as the episode progresses. It's really quite well done.
I agree.
Yep.
A lot of times I'll watch these older shows and I'll pine for the olden days when things were a little more clear cut and less weird. And, just I love old cars and the way they used to dress. And when he first debuts, they walk through the door and I'm like, there's a dude.
Yeah. But
Canadian Spider-Man gives a disclaimer. He is not a doctor, but he's saying the freezing egg thing is unreliable. Do not count on it. Just saying, ladies, grab your partner early. If you wait too long, they become disinterested. Speaking from experience.
They're very reliable.
I'm not a doctor.
They're very reliable if you want to make a serum to transform somebody into a hive mind, though.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, that's from the Vince Gilligan show, Pluribus.
I need to see that. I still need to see that. It's sci-fi, right? I got to see it.
Sounds like
sci-fi adjacent. I mean, it is sci-fi, but it's definitely more. It's an interesting show, worth checking out. There's so many things frustrating about it, but it's compelling enough that I was forced to go back every week and watch the next one.
So Virginia takes off her little dress jacket while Alex begins to go upstairs, and she's trapped by. So he's trapped. He becomes instantly trapped in nostalgia. That's the way I wanted to say it.
Yes, and very good.
He begins to fuss with the broken grandfather clock.
And you begin to think that it's because the house is doing it to him, or a spirit in the house is doing it to him.
Yes, you would think it's Goose.
Yeah, did he bring up, I think the TV is the first thing he says they should keep?
Yeah.
And then...
the electric clock.
Yeah. The TV makes sense, man. Those things were not cheap back in the day.
Yeah, and but he also wants to keep the old radio, and he gushes about the old craftsmanship and the artistry of it.
Yeah.
If it was that alone, the radio, the TV and stuff, yeah, I mean, you're not going to get as much back for, selling it with the house. So those are fairly good decisions, but you get a feeling with the look on her face, it's like there's some history. And for me, part of the interest was finding out what the history was. Why is she feeling the way she's feeling?
Yeah, and I got to tell you, that TV and that radio, they are still working today. I would jump at the chance to buy something built in the 50s.
Well, and they're also going to take the refrigerator and the stove from the kitchen because he just bought it a couple of years ago. But Virginia doesn't want to talk about any of this right now. She wants to discuss
why doesn't
after
she want any of this stuff?
The house is sold.
What is she worried about?
And I have to say, the way he said, I just bought it for mom, it was kind of creepy. He doesn't say he just bought it. He's I just bought them for mother, like not long or something to that effect. And it was well delivered.
It was. So the radio isn't working. The clock isn't working. And he starts to reminisce by this radio. He remembers eating his mother's fudge. So we got we're gonna get haunted fudge in this episode.
Yeah, like
and look at her.
Memories.
That is the face of a woman who is less than enthused.
It just
Yes.
also, it seems that she's trying to be patient. She's like, okay, I know
Yeah.
you've got to feel the things you're feeling here, but I have nothing to say. I just want you to get packed so we can leave.
Yeah. And you're wondering, why is she in a hurry? What happened there? You know,
Mhm.
she almost seems like, I need to get him out of here as soon as possible. Like,
Yeah,
ugh.
there's definitely history. There's definitely history.
Yeah, my thought is they have a I don't know where they're going for their honeymoon, but they're on a schedule.
Yeah. And she doesn't want to deal with the possessions until later, so I don't know if she's planning on doing something. She already planned to do something with them.
Well,
but that's
yeah,
not
they
her
already
home.
agreed that they weren't going to take anything.
Yeah.
She's already thought they had dealt with it.
Yeah. So it's a
Yeah,
walking
because
back
maybe she's
thing.
thinking what's going to happen is that somebody's going to want to buy the house, but then they're going to say, we want all this stuff too. And then they end up having a deal where she gets to have all new stuff and nothing from her
Well,
mother-in-law's house.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. You're wondering, all right, are some of these things haunted or is the house haunted? And then you get the presence of the mother. It's like, oh, what did the mother have with her? You're looking for what the answers are. And that's one of the things that had me kind of interested, was trying to figure out, oh, what was it that has this woman, feeling the way she is? Because, there's history. It's not just what's going on there. Something caused this. And so you want to little by little find out what that was.
Yeah, this is really fantastic acting from these two.
Yeah, it's so uncomfortable.
I feel like you could have this whole episode with no dialogue and you could still figure out what was going on.
And she wonders if she could actually, Alex wonders if he could keep the grandfather clock. He thinks he could fix it. And she says, maybe. Then she picks up some dishes and runs past her mother-in-law's picture. And she goes a little crazy here. He's mine now. You'll never get your claws on him again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to point out, as a fellow pack rat myself, I do somewhat sympathize with the man.
Yeah. He's definitely feeling a lot of emotions about this old stuff that were big parts of his childhood. And as he was mentioning before, I didn't mention it before, but the radio begins to play her favorite song, his mother's favorite song, Lady in Red.
Uh-huh. And it's not the Chris de Burgh version. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. Sorry.
The progression of concern on her face is really well done.
The music was arranged by Nathan Scott just for this episode in Eddie Dutchin style. And you can find it on the soundtrack for the episode. So she goes to the kitchen. Virginia goes to the kitchen to tidy things up. So we get to see the modern refrigerator and stove. Or at least, modern in 1962 or whenever this is set. She goes to the kitchen and she hears music again. It's not coming from the radio. This time it's coming from upstairs.
Yeah, that refrigerator is modern enough that a child won't get stuck inside it. So
nice.
That was really the big demarcation line in refrigeration.
So kids can't suffocate themselves in the fridge.
Yeah, no, when I was little, that was a big deal, and I couldn't figure it out because our door just, magnetically opened and closed. But my grandmother would freak out, like, whenever kids got near the refrigerator. And I guess it was a thing back, in the 40s and 50s in junkyards. They would have the old refrigerators with the locking handle, and kids would play in it and get stuck.
Yeah, that's terrifying. And it's also bad when kids go in the washing machine or the dryer. Kids, stop climbing into appliances.
Or putting your friends in
them.
But
that was the best part.
So she calls for Alex upstairs, and as we enter Alex's childhood bedroom, we see a picture of him as a young boy. It's a foreshadowing.
And the clothes emphasize it.
Yeah. I'm old enough, like, we actually brought our guns to school. So that's how old I am.
Snortopupus asks, but can you climb inside the refrigerator and survive a nuclear explosion? I was almost
No.
expecting that question. No. Only
I
Indy
don't-
can do that.
I don't even think I'd survive an attack of gas.
Oh, hey, Robert Wright is here. Hey, Robert Wright.
Yeah, we've had several people surviving nuclear explosions in a refrigerator. It's sort of insulting to the audience, I think.
Yeah.
Microwaves.
Well, they do it
are
in
better
Fallout. I'll
protection,
forgive it, though.
especially
So-
for babies.
Yeah, and they did it in Indiana Jones. Like, that's not really cricket.
Mhm. What did you say, Lawrence? I think we talked over you.
Oh, no worries. Microwaves are also good for protection, especially for babies.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
that's not true. But
I will point
Good
out
one.
the technology and turntables actually did get better. This would not be the ideal thing to own. They
Well,
hadn't
yeah.
quite peaked here. That would be
This
the
is a-
Technics SL1200.
Yeah, I don't know too much about old record players. But the Lady in Red song is playing again, even though the label on the record says Lady Be Good by George Gershwin.
Now that would really scare the piss out of me. If you're seeing a record player playing in the
It's
you're
the
hearing
wrong
song. Yeah,
Oh, it's a misprint.
that you would hope.
So she discovers Alex in the room looking through a trunk of his old stuff instead of packing. Look, the Hardy Boys in Secret of the Caves. Bill
Okay,
Bolton in Hidden Dangers.
Oh,
Tarzan in the Ant-Man.
That right here was the creepiest. Like, he was already practically insane on the floor. That's the creepiest scene in the whole episode to me, when she walks in and sees him on the ground like that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just looking at his old stuff, just feeling a lot of nostalgia for all of his boyhood things.
Look at
And
that
she's trying
face.
to be patient. I feel like she's trying to be patient and,
Oh, yeah.
and trying
Yeah.
to be understanding.
But
Yeah.
but seriously worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
See,
is very
nowadays
worried.
men would have all of this stuff on the wall behind them in the computer room. So
Yeah, they're proud of
would-
it now.
yeah, you wouldn't have to pull it out of a footlocker.
So Alex marvels as to the reasoning why his mother would keep his old pants. And this is where she breaks, and actually she grew impatient. She lost her patience, and she lets
Yeah.
him know exactly what she thinks.
Yeah, the picture right there in the
Yes.
last frame. Yeah, the picture there,
She says
Him.
because she. Oh yeah.
like him and him. He's there in real life, and then the picture there, and
with the
just
same
making
pants.
yeah.
Because she would have liked for you to stay exactly as you were when you first wore them. And she realizes she made a mistake. Alex is so nostalgic for everything that Virginia realizes her mistake and tries to apologize. And Alex quits his reminiscing and nostalgia and storms off to start packing for the honeymoon. And she says, "You're not angry with me, are you? I'll make you happy, Alex. You'll see. You won't be sorry."
Yeah,
She's
and
still
there I'm
competing with the dead woman.
Yeah, there I'm wondering what happened between her and the mother.
Yeah, see, I didn't see it that way. I don't think it was like a big event. I think it was the normal tension between a fiance and a future mother-in-law.
Wow.
I
don't know.
I didn't
I
think
thought
there
there
was
was
a-
an event because she looked really stressed, and
Yeah,
this was
yeah,
not
but
normal.
Do you remember the
Any of
picture of the mother? That tells you everything you need to know, man. That was ball breaker 101 right there with the I mean, it should pop up again. We'll see her again.
Yeah, we will. We will see her again. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
And Eris says, "Have a good one. You too."
But the way he's acting, you're thinking, what power did this mother have over him?
Yeah, he's behaving very
It seemed
much like an
different
adolescent.
than normal tension between.
But at this
mother-
point, I'm wondering what power does the house have over him? Like, I'm not even thinking.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
then, boom, yeah.
You're
It's
wondering both, or is it because she's dead now and she's a spirit inhabiting the house?
which very well may be. Actually, it is, but we'll not spoil it yet.
But the end does a little
yeah,
bit of a twist.
I don't think there was a single traumatic event. I think you can inform the entire relationship by what's happening now.
But that's what I was thinking as it was going through, because you learn a little bit more and more about the wife, and then eventually how long she waited, and you're just waiting. All right, what are some of the things that happened?
Spoilers.
So Virginia goes back downstairs to wait for the realtor, and Alex tells a photo of his mom that he doesn't want to sell the house. And it's almost like he's connecting with her spirit, saying, hey, help me not have to sell this house. And as Virginia gets downstairs, she realizes that the clock begins to work. And so that's the first clue that things are going weird. And then as Mr. Wilkinson arrives, the clock stops working just as soon as it started working. And Virginia calls Alex so he can sign the papers. And Wilkinson congratulates the newlyweds. Then he says he has to call his secretary, and Virginia offers to make the call for him, but discovers the phone has reverted to a classic rotary. So I'm going to wait until the slides catch up with all the notes I've already said. So there's the clock working. And there's Virginia.
Yeah, great
Apple.
facial expression there.
It is.
And then she gets some relief when the guy comes in. It's like, normality has entered the house.
Or at least a witness.
Well, a guy who likes to say, mostly I think of him as the guy who likes to say, fine and dandy.
Yeah, I love that.
And so there's that. Let me find the phone. We're almost to it.
Yeah, I think both phones were rotary. It's just it went from the handset kind to the old pedestal kind.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think they actually... Disconnect. Yeah. They didn't have touch tone at this time.
Oh, they didn't have a dial tone?
No, but, she's using the shape of a... Yeah, it's a handset is what you would call it.
Yeah, the other one looks more modern, and that's all I got to see of it. I didn't see.
Yeah, see, he's using the modern handset, which has the speaker and the mic in the one piece, but it's still rotary.
Okay.
Yeah, touch.
And so he makes a call himself because she was just too shocked at the older phone to make the call.
Yeah, touchtone phones, I think they were first available in like 63, but only in Pennsylvania. They used both the pulse and the tone dialing system, but it was about a decade before they were in common use. Yeah.
Yeah, I was raised in Pennsylvania, but we had rotary like when I was born. And
yeah, I'm saying the phone system became electronic switching, which is what enables the touchtone. Was first rolled out in 1963.
But yeah, I know
and
friends
we
that
mentioned,
had like the buttons, but the thing is, it was still pulse. You had to wait for the.
Yeah,
we mentioned Universal earlier, and there is a hotel you can stay at Universal that I stayed at, and there's a payphone, but the payphone is rotary.
Oh yeah, you gotta love waiting for that dial to turn.
Yeah, and even as late as the 1980s, phones would have a switch on the back of them that you would switch from tone to pulse. Yep. Even though it was push button, you could make it do the kind of thing.
So
so we didn't get the pound key and the asterisk phones until 1968.
I see.
Yeah, overlapped even with analog modems. We had modems at the same time as pulse dialing.
So then obviously I had mostly dial tone. phones, but I saw a few rotaries when I was a kid. I always remembered that some people had the Mickey Mouse rotary phone just as a decoration. Hello to FKHC 2005 and NZT. Candlestick Rotary NZT and not Z3PO. This is very
not
weird.
not Z3PO.
The wife has it easy in this Twilight Zone. Imagine if she was Jerry Van Dyke's wife. I don't know what that means exactly, but thank you, Phantom Outsider. Alex is overlooking the papers, and Wilkinson is saying there's going to be no problem selling the house. But then Alex backs out. He decides he doesn't want to sell the house now. He's not going to sign the papers right now. He wants to think about
just
it.
Wait until after the honeymoon. I want to think about it. It's like, well, no.
Yeah, he's waffling.
Well, no, that's a bad sign. When you say I want to think about it, it's like, wait a minute. It means
he doesn't want to do it.
We already decided that we're going to sell it, and now you're going to think about it? That's a major step back.
All the while, look at his body language. He's increasingly going more distant from Virginia, pulling away from her. And that's noticeable. And Wilkinson leaves. Now he doesn't have a deal. So after he leaves, Virginia reminds Alex he promised to sell the house. And at first he acts like, yeah, we'll do it maybe later. But then he finally is honest and says, well, why can't we live here? We could redecorate.
Look at her. She's panicking. Jerry Van Dyke was Dick Van Dyke's younger brother, and he played his brother on the show. I think he was maybe not I'm not exactly sure. We might not have been a very accommodating husband.
Jerry Van Dyke starred in My Mother, the car. Oh, the premise of that, right?
Oh,
the mother's
man.
dead,
and here you're messing up his real life.
Okay, now that makes sense. I never saw that, but I've heard of it.
See, that is not the man that walked through the door 20 minutes earlier.
No, he's not confident.
No.
And she talks about having to wait 12 years to be married. And now she wants her own house. And so now we know that they were courting for a long time, 12 years. That's nuts.
Yeah, so he would have been 33. Well, and his wife, it's been a year since the mother passed. So yeah. So
wow.
Yeah, so he was 23. Sorry, I was like, no, 12 years or 13? No, I'm lost.
12. It says 12. Well, maybe years. 13 if you add
maybe
the
that
year.
Included the year. Maybe that included the year since the mother passed or whatever. But the point is, it's a long time, 12 years, and then a year since the mother passed. It's like, what kind of transition time was that?
Yeah, so basically like 23.
And what held them from getting married? Was it him or the mother? And right now you're thinking the mother because...
Well, yeah, but it's obvious, he wasn't going to leave his mom for whatever reason at that point.
But what power did she have over him? That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, it's the codependent relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I just, like I said, with her pictures and their expression, and like I just didn't think there was any doubt that that she was just a very helicopter mom, a very much in control, and he, for whatever reason, he wasn't willing to leave her alone in the house. He was still her caretaker.
Yeah, someone who just can't let their kid go long after they've grown up and finds a way to keep them around. Or maybe he also wants to stick around. And so
I was also thinking not a good thing. There's something supernatural involved too. It is the Twilight Zone, I'm figuring.
That's also true.
What powers are going on here?
Yeah. And so it seems she would be a ghost in this case, still exerting power over him somehow. And and he's pulling away from adult life his whole life, and so it's just comes natural to him to do that. And then we find out that his mother was sick. She lost her health taking care of me and this house for more than 20 years. My father deserted us when I was 2 months old. Verge, 2 months old.
Yeah, so now he blames himself for his mother's illness,
and he thinks he has to fill in for his dad.
He has a psychological condition known as Roger Waters disorder.
Huh. Yeah. Except we never hear anything about the mother in that scenario.
Yeah. Mother, do you think
except she was a redhead. Yeah.
Sorry, Jill. It's a Pink Floyd joke.
I love Pink Floyd. I know that song.
No, that was from The Wall.
Roger Waters too. Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, I don't. That was from The Wall. The sort of story. That's where.
Yeah.
So he says the decision is final. They're not going to sell. He's made his choice. And she says she won't let him. And then we see that the clock is working again. So that tells you something weird is happening.
Yeah, she's still hanging on to the power of love at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's
Huey Lewis in the news.
Yeah, she's going to find out, though. Something that they didn't have in Back to the Future. Yeah.
They didn't have an electric guitar in this episode.
Have any of you talked about Phyllis Thaxter?
Just a bit.
Yeah, briefly.
She's Ma Kent, but that's all I said.
She's Martha Kent in Superman the movie. It's nice to see her young here.
Yeah, she's not even that young, but yeah.
Well, she's younger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Younger, definitely.
Still good looking.
And the vacuum cleaner reverts to a classic one, so it was a more modern one. And,
What's happening? What's happening, Jill?
A more modern. All the modern things are reverting back to classic things.
I have an older telephone than that. Mine has no rotary dial. How do you like them apples?
So you have to get in touch with the.
You got it, the operator.
Switchboard.
Yeah, it was in the first house that we were at. That thing was sitting up in the attic. And when we had to move, I asked my father if I could have the candlestick phone that was sitting up in the attic, just abandoned. He said I could, and I still have it.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, you could actually, that'll be more useful these days with AI operators.
Oh, there you go.
So she puts back on her little jacket, and she begins to lose it.
Yeah, they already told you who you were going to call before you decided to call. They're already on the line.
And now we see a classic magazine, but I don't remember if we saw a modern magazine.
Ooh, Screen Digest, 1936.
Yeah.
And how old is that fudge, Jill?
25 years old.
It's haunted fudge, don't
It's haunted. Carol Lombard, who tragically died in an airplane accident.
Yeah, no, I don't. I didn't know her.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but they used those pedestal phones in the Andy Griffith Show still.
Candlestick phones.
Yeah, they're also called pedestal phones.
No, I hadn't heard that. Candlestick is what I've heard. So that's why I was being silly. There's that fudge again. Boy, I'm hungry for fudge now.
Well, yeah. So she goes to the kitchen to get her purse, and she sees the modern refrigerator and stove have been replaced by more classic ones.
Oh yeah.
These are probably dangerous ones.
Yep, that is the kill a kid refrigerator for sure.
Yeah. The ones that you couldn't open from the inside.
And look at the high stool there.
I kind of like the look of the classic stoves, though. Looks like fun. And
man, on the left, are those smokers or fryers?
So I used to work for Bell Labs, and we had a little phone museum in the building where they had all of the old stuff.
Oh, sweet.
The old guys would refer to they did, Candlestick was a colloquial, the proper name was pedestal phones, but the old guys called them tulips.
Oh, that's interesting.
Did you get to work with the horn over there at Bell Labs?
The
radio telescope.
Oh, no.
So she runs to the stairs and we get to see the ghost of Alex's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it Jill?
She's still looking in character, but dun dun dun.
Is it really the ghost?
Virginia tells her, "I won't let you have him. He's mine now.
Yeah,
mine."
she was letting it all out there.
Yes, he is. Because I'm right for him. I won't try to destroy him like you did. My love will make him strong, not weak, not dependent. Yes, it's true. You've always known it's true, and you hated me for it. Well, your hatred isn't strong enough now. Your desire to dominate him isn't strong enough. He's not your little boy anymore. Leave him be. You will not have him back." And then Alex's mom is very calm. She just said, "This is not my doing." And so we find out who's really responsible. And it was Alex, I guess, the one making everything revert to the past.
Yeah, so...
Well, it kind of has a big hint coming up.
Yeah, at least that's what I know.
Well, we cut to him. We cut to him, and then we cut to him again. He's older, and now he's a younger.
Oh, no.
He's a little boy.
It was
and
all...
he's excited.
Yeah, it's all his powers.
Yeah, it's all his powers.
That's
he's excited
what
to go to the park.
Deriving from it was that it was his powers.
Yeah, it's all his doing.
Maybe he's the one that corrupted the mother to begin with.
Could be.
Well,
could be
some sort of demonic child or something because he missed his father. And
well,
he felt deprived of a father.
Yeah, I didn't think of it as corrupting the mother so much as, she misinterpreted their relationship, and he was the one who had the dependency, but she always thought it was the mother driving the problem.
Exactly. I think Virginia just never saw that. It was reversed. I think that's absolutely right. And he's excited to go to the park, to go to the zoo, and get 2 ice cream cones. And so Alex changes everything back to his childhood home as he remembers it, and so now he tells Virginia, "Go away, lady. We don't need you anymore."
Yeah, this is where, for me, this was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 12 years of her life she never caught a clue that that guy was never going to leave her mom.
Yeah, even past death. I've seen this happen where the mom's alive, but not when she's dead.
Yeah, and you remember the opening, it didn't really hit me, but he says, the phrase "you can never go home again" has no meaning in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went home and brought his mother back. And
yeah, so all the paranormal activities weren't the mother. Wasn't the mother's ghost. It was Alex.
Yeah, not really the house either, which, it's hard with Twilight Zone, right? Because you don't know if there's real supernatural, if it's the unreliable narrator.
you can't be unreliable.
You don't get the chance to, you don't know what the rules are going. In most shows, you know what the rules are going into it. In Twilight Zone, you never do.
Yeah,
you never do. Jerry was just a drunk this whole time.
Nuh-uh.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this excuse me. This little boy is one sicko.
Is
unique power.
the more you dig into what this story is, the more gross it becomes.
Because it's like, is his mother really there? It's all concocted by this freaky little guy. So I don't look at this as it's her ghost. Literally, it's a projection from his mind, as is, and then transforming the house and bringing her image back, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's read the closing narration. Exit Miss Virginia Lane, formally and most briefly, Mrs. Alex Walker. She has just given up a battle and in a strange way retreated. But this has been a retreat back to reality. Her opponent, Alex Walker, will now and forever hold a line that exists in the past. He has put a claim on a moment in time and is not about to relinquish it. Such things do happen in the Twilight Zone.
Yep. Along with the 16mm shrine. This is a good companion piece.
That's true.
There's no power like the past.
Although I like the 16mm shrine a little more.
I prefer that one too.
My wife called him Peter Pan at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yep.
So Phyllis Thaxter's first role was also her most famous one, which was 30 Seconds Over Tokyo in 1944.
Does that have Robert Walker in it? 30 Seconds Over Tokyo.
I think yes.
Yeah, okay, then I have seen it.
Yeah, she's her she started really young, like you said, she was, I think 22, 23, but she looked like a teenager. She was born in 1919, I think.
Wow.
I'm going to step away for just a minute. I'll be back as soon as I can. We got through both episodes, but we'll talk about them in a minute.
Okay. Istophobos, can you name off some of her other credits? Because I know I have a movie. I got it from Kino Lorber. I know I have a movie with her in it, and I just can't remember what it is.
Spencer Tracy.
Just the movies or TV as well? Because she was
movies.
Okay, yeah. It looks like she was in Bewitched, Weekend at Waldorf, 10th Avenue Angel, Blood on the Moon, Act of Violence, No Man of Her Own.
Blood on the Moon.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that.
And The Breaking Point. And it's funny.
I have that too. That's with Audie Murphy.
Yeah, by this time around, Robert Mitchum is the Blood on the Moon. And
yeah, I have that one. I have both Breaking Point, that's Criterion, and Blood on the Moon, I think is Kino Lorber or Warner Archive. I can't remember. But yeah, I have those two. I must have been thinking of those because I saw her when she was pretty darn young.
It looks like Operation Secret was like her last big movie. She did a couple others like Women's Prison, but in 1953, she seemed like she was doing almost exclusively television.
Okay.
With a couple of movies just thrown in there.
Yeah.
Oh, she did do The Longest Night from the 70s and Incident in San Francisco. Those are early 70s movies.
Okay.
And then Superman was her last movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
As Ma Kent.
That was a bit of nepotism. They cast her in that because she was related to one of the, I think it was Ilya Salkind, or trying to remember now. She was, it was not the executive producers. It was the line producer, the main producer. I think it was her. It was his mother, if I remember right.
Well, yeah, it looks like. I mean, she stopped acting in the 90s, and then and she had Alzheimer's, and she passed away.
Dear. That's a shame.
2012. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked her in
Superman the movie. I thought she did a good job as Martha Kent.
She has of
course, so did Glenn Ford, even though he's too brief. The whole Kansas thing is too brief.
Yeah, she has a very distinctive smile in her eyes. Like you could really like every time Ma Kent smiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn Ford was hardly in it at all. But she's obviously in it a little longer than him.
Yeah. Now Glenn Ford, he did a really cool made-for-television movie in 1970. I hope you've seen it. It's called The Brotherhood of the Bell.
Yeah, it's been a while. I probably last saw it in 1970.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it when it premiered, and it's network repeat, and then CBS would show it on their late movie. But it's only available on a mod DVD. Unfortunately, I want them to get that on Blu-ray, and I want the kinescope of the original production done live in the 50s. I hope to see a Blu-ray with that because I really like that movie. It was directed by Paul Wynkosz, and
that was one of the Secret Society movies,
yes,
right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a Skull and Bones kind of thing.
Yeah,
but it's has Dean Jagger, Glenn Ford, of course, is the main character. His wife is played by Rosemary Forsyth, and then in some supporting roles, you got William Conrad, and let's see, and Maurice Evans and Will Geer.
So it is available as a
it's available
film,
as a mod made on demand DVD, and it's
right.
I got it from Amazon. I think it's still available.
I'm assuming though it was filmed on film, but
yes.
You want a kinescope for some reason?
I want a kinescope because that's the only way it would have survived. The original live production in the 50s of Brotherhood of the Bell. So it's a slightly different story, the same kind of setup.
Okay. I see. I didn't realize. So right. they did a live version of
there's a live version of it, but the made for television movie from 70 is a revised script from what I gather, little I've been able to learn off of the internet. Because it sounds like it's still a secret society, the Brother of the Bell, but there's some different plot mechanics and characters. But I wanted to see the original because the same guy that wrote the TV movie wrote the live drama, if I recall correctly. I'm just going by memory. But that's a cool movie. Paul Wynkosz is an interesting director. He's got some really interesting television credits. The previous year, in 1969, he made he directed the first supernatural thriller made for TV, and that was Fear No Evil with Louis Jourdan and Linda Day before she became Linda Day George. It's about a demonic mirror. That's all I'll say about it.
Just explain to the audience real quick. Usually films are filmed on actual film stock and transferred to video, and that's called a telescene. But when the actual original is on video and they do the reverse process and transfer it from video to film, it's called a kinescope. And that's what
no, kinescope is literally live. This is anyway, maybe it's just a semantics, but the kinescope, from what I've learned, is a live drama being performed, and they have a 16 millimeter camera filming the monitor as it's being broadcast.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be live. Kinescope is just the technique of recording a television display to film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's because Requiem for a Heavyweight, that's a kinescope. And Patterns, the original live drama.
Yeah. So if they didn't actually film it at the time the live production was made, but they still have a video of it, then they can still make a kinescope.
Videotape wasn't. When they did Requiem, there was no videotape. When they did Patterns,
okay,
there was no videotape. Videotape, you have to get to the late 50s before that was a thing.
Hello.
So
Hi, Jill, you're back.
Okay, so if they don't have one, then it doesn't exist.
Yeah, if they don't have it, it don't exist.
Oh, look at that picture.
Yeah, it's what exactly
phone
is that style of or that phone? I mean, it looks like it's got. That's interesting. What do they call that?
That's a pedestal phone.
Yeah, I know, but the middle mechanism, what that makes no sense to me.
Oh, that's just the rotary.
Yeah, but it's supposed to have numbers all around the face.
No, they just fit them in there, and when they were done, they were done.
They were done.
Yeah, it's not made for a left-handed person. Let's put it that way. It's made so that you hold the thing in your
left
hand and you dial, so they're all on the right side. Yeah.
Now, where did you? Is that a picture you took from the museum, or is this something that?
No, I just grabbed it, but I remember phones like that. Yeah.
Oh.
It might have been from the same place. I just grabbed them from.
Jill.
You say you remember phones like that? You mean you actually used?
Jill, you let your hair down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah. Yes.
No, I remember phones like that in the phone museum.
In the phone. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I was kind of being silly. Jill, you let your hair down and you have spots.
Yep, I got spots.
Your spots like leopard.
I need to just touch back on the Twilight Zone just for a little bit. For the last episode, we talked about Young Man's Fancy. Like you mentioned earlier, I wanted to mention it again. Matheson did not like the end. And I hate the ending. I hated it was the way I wrote it. The story being that the boy was causing it, not the mother. It's just that the mother didn't look menacing. She just looked a little worn out, like Stella Dallas or something.
But if she's too menacing, she doesn't seem believable as willing to give him 2 ice cream cones.
Yeah, and I thought she looked menacing enough in those portraits, not in real life, but boy, the portraits sure did.
Now I have to, like I told Jill before the show started, I did not rewatch this, but just what I read from the Twilight Zone companion book while I was eating my lunch. That's why I had to step away. My stomach was power hungry, but the interpretation that I get just from Jill's slides is she shouldn't be. I agree with Lawrence. She should not be menacing in the conversation. She should look, because she's not. It's not really the ghost. It's not her causing all of this to happen. It's the dude. And so her being kind of worn out kind of tells us, at least in my interpretation, it informs us that as the little boy, he was actually draining the mother because of his dependency, his warped dependency, and so she should appear as kind of worn, if that makes any sense.
And she does look almost zombie-like at the end.
Yeah, and that kind of so I agree with you, Lawrence. I think she shouldn't be menacing. It shouldn't be like The Uninvited, which is a real ghost story. But that's how I got it. But I think
because he was commanding at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way they did it was perfect with the menacing photos, but her being more haggard with the
right. Yeah, it's a misdirection a little bit, but done well. One thing I wanted to ask, since I didn't rewatch it, the main actor is he a detriment? Is he a weak link
Oh, not at all.
Not at all. Okay.
No, I think he's
Because I was thinking, I
very-
read some
No, he's
criticism
just
where
hard to watch.
he's hard to watch. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but-
character is hard to watch, not the actor.
But
Not the
no,
actor.
yeah,
Okay.
the actor.
He did
started
an
strong
amazing.
and progressively got more childlike as it went.
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
with a lot of Twilight Zones when you read about them, it's sort of a crapshoot. Like the writer or the creator, like they either come away like, wow, really happy how that turned out, or they were really unhappy, like they weren't really sure as they were making it how it was going to be.
Yeah. Because
Okay,
sometimes.
speaking of
go
Twilight Zone
ahead.
episodes, I'm going to read the previews for next week's story.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah,
And then the poll.
and
Don't
then the
forget
poll. The name Ray Bradbury has become synonymous with the new horizon of American writing. Next week on the Twilight Zone, we present a typical Bradbury tale. It also has typical Bradbury ingredients, including a grandmother built in a factory. Now, if this doesn't intrigue you, then I'm simply not doing justice to a most intriguing tale. I hope you'll join us next week for I Sing the Body Electric. Then also next week is two incredibly talented people join forces to show us what happens when an accident-prone, discombobulated lady with 6
Discombobulated.
thumbs. It
Yeah, I
doesn't say
would say
discombobulated. It does not say
yeah.
discombobulated.
Oh, really?
Discombobulated doesn't sound
Yeah.
good.
It says discombobulated.
Oh my goodness. What's Serling thinking?
Something's happening with their boobs, I guess. Like,
With 6 thumbs and 2 left feet, meets a hapless guardian angel who knows more about martinis than miracles. Miss Carol Burnett and Mr. Jesse
Uh-oh.
White. They're the chief ingredients to a very funny stew. Next week, Cadaver
Ah.
is coming.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I think since she's somewhat known for malapropisms, that's why they did that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that episode is, well, we'll get there when we'll get
It
there.
sounds good. I don't know.
It sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, will you just wait, Jill?
does anyone want to see a discombobulated Carol Burnett?
Yeah, I haven't actually. I have not seen that in forever. Is that a marathon one usually?
No.
Yeah, because I
Well,
don't
it could,
recall.
well, I not that I've watched every marathon, not even close, but I would doubt if it would be in a marathon, unless it's just, the star power, just Carol Burnett.
Yeah. Well, and that's pretty much
Yeah.
that's
And
a
of
very
course,
strong star.
Jesse White is no slouch, so he was famous.
Yeah, and since Carol Burnett was on Gomer Pyle, it connects to this week's episodes.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Carol Burnett was just revving up her career there. She was on most famous for being on the Gary Moore show at that time, but she was making a name for herself.
Yeah.
Oh, she
And
played
so-
with Thin Lizzy.
For the poll, we've got the dummy wins with 75% over 25% for a young man's fancy. And so that's the winner for that. And after talking about it with you guys, I like the second episode more than I did before, but I still enjoyed the dummy more.
Yeah, I still like the dummy, but I think talking about it allowed me to appreciate it a little more. Like I said, I thought it was well done. It's
Mhm.
just
Yeah,
I just want to yell at the guy, grab him by the shoulders, and shake the crap out of him.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's refusing to live. He just wants to.
Although,
past.
if he could actually go back to that age, not that I'd really want to. I'd go a little later. I'd go into the 20s.
Yeah.
You know?
21 be the
Yeah.
earliest for me.
Yeah.
I still want to be an adult.
Yep.
I don't want to be a little kid, even though I'm a little kid at heart, even though I'm 66.
You don't want to
Oh.
kick the can, do you?
And
I never played Kick the Can, but it's a variation of hide and seek, isn't
I was
it?
talking about the episode.
Right.
Twilight.
Right. I know what you're referring to, but I'm.
It's like tag or.
It's like
something.
tag, because I've never. I played tag, but I've never played the kick the can version of it.
Yeah,
I don't
back-
know, but at
and
one
hide and
point, all the
seek.
kids jump on top of each other. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
really what's happening.
Yeah, we would
back
play.
to
hide-
back to the episode. Jesse White is the one who plays Cavender, and he's immortal. He's quite recognizable
Right.
for people. But there's also someone else in that episode that we know very well, and that would be Ellie Mae Clampett.
Yeah,
Donna Douglas is
Donna
in the
Douglas.
Cavender is Coming episode.
I'd forgotten she was in there. Now I'm looking forward to watching it because I forgot she was in it. But it's just a bit part, right?
Yeah, she just plays the debutante. But
Yeah, she's of course, most famous Twilight Zone episode is Eye of the Beholder.
Holder. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she's
yeah.
more famous
love
for
that
being
one.
on the Beverly Hillbillies.
Right. Oh yeah.
273 episodes.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I loved Ellie Mae. Yeah, she was. I always liked it when she wrestled Jethro and pinned him and stuff.
well, she was the Daisy Duke of the black and white era. So
Yeah, and then any guy that tried to put the moves on her, she would beat up. So I really liked her.
yeah, wow. How many seasons is that?
That's 9 seasons. It would have gone for a 10th season, but the power dynamic changed at CBS, and all the quote rural comedies unquote were canceled immediately.
Oh,
so Green
hee-haw,
Acres,
yeah.
Petticoat Junction, and Beverly Hillbillies, and was there another one in there?
I was saying
all were
uh,
axed. Green
well,
Acres. and
Hee-haw was a
Petticoat
variety show. So
Yeah, Hee-haw. Yeah, Hee-haw was canceled, but that went into syndication. It went everywhere, so that never really ended. But yeah, Hee-haw was the other one.
Snortopoopas Cuber says, I remember that when I was a cub calling from Alexandria, Virginia to Washington, D.C.
Oh yeah,
And that was long distance.
a lot of us had that growing up. I mean, I was even in an area where it was long distance, even in the same area code, depending on where it was. So you had to memorize the prefixes.
Yeah.
For long distance.
Wow.
It was, I mean,
Yeah.
people have no idea how much of a difference it
And
is
over on
today
the
with
other
cell
end,
phones.
they say, do you accept the charges?
Yeah.
No, you don't even get a warning. You would just
Yeah.
get
Oh, you
a
don't?
bill with
No.
calls on it.
When I first moved to California, my first phone bill was like $473 because I didn't realize, like, I'm used to the East Coast where if you're in the state, it's all local call. That's not how California is. So I'm just calling about 45 minutes away. I'm in San Francisco and I'm calling San Jose, and it's long distance. And like my first phone bill, I'm like, what?
And a
Yeah.
lot
So-
of this isn't ancient history either. This was up into the 90s.
Yeah.
It
And
wasn't until cell phones that they started changing.
yeah, and my mother, bless her heart, till the day that she died, would still say, "Oh, I'll have to call you back. I'm talking long distance," as if it mattered or was any kind of priority at that point. But the habit was so ingrained in her when they had call waiting, you know, I'm like, then don't click over, you know? Like,
So Rio is
that's
here.
just a
Hello
cute
to
little
Rio.
memory.
Yeah.
Rio 694
Mm-hmm.
says
So it's-
evening, Jill.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
a
anyone
party
have
line.
a party line?
Yeah,
says Snortopoopas?
Snortopoopas, one of my good buddies who lived just a block away, his family was on a party line, and I'd be calling over there, and I'd be talking with my buddy Tom, and then one of the neighbors would just pick up and start dialing immediately while we're still talking. And it's like, I need to use the phone, when she realized that people were actually still on there talking. It's just really annoying. Party lines, do not recommend.
That
Yeah, they
sounds
had a very specific,
awful.
they had a very specific use. Interesting. I'm having weird audio things going on.
I could tell.
He's on a party line.
It must be. So
yeah, it sounds like it.
Phantom Outsider says, what does it say about the wife that he'd rather live in Depression era, pre-war 1936 than with her? Which is a question I did not ask
No,
myself.
it says more about him, not
Yeah,
her.
more about him. I want to live with Phyllis Thaxter back then.
Yeah. Yeah, you would have chosen her.
Jill
That's
needs a
good.
talking toaster. Yeah,
I
like
do.
like
Yeah,
Alf.
like
Toast.
Red Dwarf.
Yeah, like Red Dwarf. Fresh buttery
Alf.
toast.
Like Alf.
Would you like
I don't watch Red Dwarf. I watch Alf.
You need to stretch out a little bit. I remember Alf. God.
Yeah, I do too, but I was a baby, so I don't remember it at all.
Man, that nose.
But I remember loving it. Considered this a divorce, and then he does the Steve Martin divorce dance from The Man with Two Brains. Oh, I was thinking of a different movie. I was thinking of Total Recall.
Yeah.
They reprised that Steve Martin stance in L.A. Story after he the girlfriend broke up with him. It's funny how they...
Yeah, I didn't mind that movie. A lot of people didn't like it, but I love the part where he gets in the car, drives out on the street, pulls back into the driveway next to his house.
Yeah. Nobody walks in L.A.
And Eris had to go about several minutes ago, so 13 minutes
probably
ago.
a lot of people doing lunch hour.
Yeah, see you later.
Visits.
Cavander. I might have said it earlier incorrectly. Cavander. Cavender.
I think you said
Cavender is coming.
Yeah. Cavender.
So David says, well, Jill needs to be in CBS to make show remakes. I need to be in CBS? I don't know. I don't work for CBS.
You need people that are creative and want good stories and good characters. That doesn't exist over in CBS pretty much.
I don't know the last time I've actually watched a network.
We need people with
neither
taste.
Can I.
I don't
people
think
with taste. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched anything in at least. So about 10 years ago is when I told the cable company to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here.
I will no longer be requiring your services, and I guess I may have been around somebody's and they had the TV on, but I certainly wasn't watching. At some of the communal spaces I visit, like a clubhouse or something, it's almost they're always playing DVDs or Blu-rays or something. So I think it's been 10 years.
Yeah, it's been 10 years for me. I gave up the satellite dish. Just said good riddance. And I just, speaking of Blu-rays and DVDs, I make my own programming.
Yeah, I still have a dish in my backyard, well off at the corner in the back. I mean, the lines have been disconnected, but the dish is still there. I guess the birds use it for poop.
Yeah, they told me, they go, no, we no one needs to come pick up the dish. And the woman on the phone said, you turn it into a bird bath, do whatever you want.
Yeah,
so I just pitched it in the trash.
I turn it into a bird toilette. So.
Well, there we go. So
you know what? My kids, they don't even know what networks are. Like they've never. I've always had an internal Netflix network for them to view very curated content with no commercials. They don't even know how regular TV works.
Yeah, well.
I don't remember when I canceled cable, but it was a long while back.
I think it was 2012 for me, or maybe a little before. It's been a long time.
I think the last thing I had was a TiVo, and then
the closest thing is we have a TV in the bedroom that has Roku in it, and from that, if there's storms coming or something, we could always check out news there, like Weather Nation or something. But never.
You can always get one of those little satellites to get network stations.
Yeah, my real big thing is I don't even like if we do review, I don't watch. I 90% is YouTube that I watch. Like I don't even watch content available on TV. It's like I haven't turned the Roku on in like 5 years.
Yeah,
we use
majority.
it for weather.
Yeah, the majority for me is YouTube, watching content creators like Jill and so
15 years ago.
Project.
Yeah, my kid was on the cutting edge. All he watched was YouTube. I'm like, we have all these movies. I have all these old TV shows. All you want to do is sit and watch YouTube. I couldn't figure it out. 5 years later, that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, unless I'm watching
ahead of the game.
classic content on physical media.
Yeah. No, I do watch those, but honestly, it's been, I think, about 10 years since TV's really had anything to offer me in terms of, there's a show here and there, but so much crap. What?
How do these networks survive?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Normies, a lot of old people. If you look at the ratings now, like they may have a few million viewers, but their demos, their demos suck. What?
We're not watching.
The old people, we're right here with Jill from Twilight Zone.
No, we're old nerds, but like, my parents before actually my dad was an old nerd. Listen, not everyone's a nerd. The fact is though, their demos suck. But like it's like 5 or 10% of the overall viewership. That used to never, demo used to be at least half or more of the viewing thing. And now they'll brag, Mr. Late Night Asshole has 2.5 million viewers, but his demo is like not even 200,000.
Late Night Asshole.
Yeah.
So
I mean, no, they have to be hurting at least.
Yeah, they are.
So I do have to get going. We did finish talking about the Twilight Zone.
No, don't go.
I'll be back later today. I didn't make a thumbnail for it. I forgot to, but I'm going to do an extra bonus membership stream tonight.
Oh, that's Tuesday, the second Tuesday.
Yeah, the second Tuesday of the month is a new membership
so
stream.
We can have more Jill later
that's
tonight.
Right. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about yet, but I'll think of something.
Will you keep your hair down?
Yeah, sure.
And you two guys could actually carry people over there. You could do an afternoon stream right now called Everything.
Oh, Jill's glowing now.
I think I'm scheduled to be on a stream tonight.
Oh, that's right.
That's cool.
No.
Where's that at?
No, I think Admiral Teague has set up an impromptu stream to talk about the Gordian knot of labyrinthine issues that the Star Trek rights had become and what's going on with them.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. We were getting into it on the chat. I think it was a Mr. Brown stream, but he said this would make a good discussion for a live stream. So I don't know I know it's crazy and it's nuts and it is really labyrinthine. So I thought maybe it'd be interesting to kind of talk to some people who know what's going on about, what happened to the Star Trek rights, how they split off, went various places. Now they're all coming back home. And
absolutely right, because CBS and Paramount were separated for a while.
Yeah,
and then they came back together.
And really, my big question, why Kurtzman was able to get away with making this piece of crap that's coming this week.
They were bragging about it in the 2017 convention. And at the 50th anniversary in 2016 too, they were saying, we won't have to worry about the ratings. We get to do whatever we want, and beholden to almost nobody. And so he had complete creative freedom to completely trash Star Trek, and that he did.
Yeah, the results are apparent. They obviously made a show only for them. Like even the people that paid for it didn't like it. Netflix ended up, pulling out way earlier.
Right, they were smart,
and they saw
smart at that. Like, we don't want this. This is not good.
And it's just like, so his plan was to desecrate our beloved IP. From the very beginning, this outsider normie piece of shit wanted to come in and ruin the thing that we all love. So
Well,
He
it's
he
like,
didn't even hide it. He just said, "This is a
Yeah.
platform for me. I don't
Yeah.
care."
it's,
yeah,
yeah, it's
And
like you
they-
could
and-
stop now. You already.
I kind of feel like now there are other YouTubers who I'm acquainted with, I dare call friends, that have very strong ideas about what should happen to people like him, or let's say Dan Trachtenberg, but I will settle for prison. I think prison is a completely acceptable fate for Kurtzman.
You know what?
Yep.
I'm just okay if he just stops making Star Trek. Just stop. Stop with the
Yeah,
Star
I'm
Trek.
hoping
Jill,
Yeah.
That's because you are a sweet, sweet woman, and I want my revenge. that's why you are a better person than me.
I'll go
I want-
maybe.
I want
I'll
him
go
to
maybe
be.
one.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll go maybe one step further. Kurtzman can make stuff, but it cannot be a pre-established IP. Everything from now on that he
Oh.
makes has to come
Oh.
from his own imagination.
Yeah,
Some of
see,
the
I want
stuff-
his fingers to be broken so he can never type anything. I want some duct tape around the mouth so he can't dictate anything. And I think he should spend a few years paying for his crimes.
Oh, my
Kurtzman's
goodness. Be
Kurtzman's
careful. You two
prior
might
credits,
pursue that.
his involvement with
So-
the revamped Hawaii 5.0, for instance. It was
So
it
getting
just,
into
was it just Kurtzman?
No, it's Orsi.
Robert Orsi
Robert Orsi.
was the brains, and Kurtzman
Yeah.
was just a tag along. And
Mhm.
then once, like Kathleen Kennedy, once they're on their own, crapola 100% of the time. So
Yeah, we always get stuck
right.
with the no talent hack portion of the duo when
That's
they when they
right.
split up. I gotta
Yeah.
say he looks like he may have 30 years on me, but he looks like a tiny little slight fellow, and I'm a pretty big dude. I'll put my money on me. I'm like,
yeah,
and I am very motivated.
Well, go get him, Mr. Phobos. I think that was,
Yeah.
that was
yeah.
a good.
I'm putting my
good
money on
Yeah.
shout
Istophobos.
out. And
Yeah, I
so-
don't think he was ever in the military either. That guy looked like he wouldn't last 6 hours in basic.
He's the epitome of the word wuss.
Yeah.
And remember, he threw something and smashed an HD TV because
Well,
he
that was a
he was
rumor. I don't
he was
know if that
angry
was
at
true.
Doomcock. No, somebody confirmed that.
They
I
confirmed
spent,
it? Wow.
Yeah.
I spent 10 years as a doorman and a bouncer putting myself through grad school. So I have a particular set of skills that I think makes me a nightmare for people like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my.
The Wayfarer Project.
Yeah, the Wayfarer
I
Project.
seem
Thank
to
you,
be
Lauren.
center
for hanging
stage.
out. You are
Oh,
center
yeah.
stage. I'd like to give you a moment to promote anybody you'd like to promote, or also yourself at the Wayfarer Project.
I think I'll do
You can
that. I don't. No, it's. I don't know who else to mention other than you and Mr. Brown, but he's already huge. He's a mega star.
Babylon
Gotta help
5.
out
you-
the smaller channels.
Well,
like the Mr.
yes.
Brown
Well,
Live
that's what
channel.
I meant. That's kind of me in a way, in that I
Yeah.
do host Earworms. And Friday we're doing Yes Fragile because we're continuing in 1971 after the Yes album for the prog rock music lovers, and that's at 7 p.m. Eastern U.S., midnight UK. And then Sunday we're finishing. Sorry, Istophobos, we're finishing the tournament of sci-fi TV show themes. We're down to our final 12, and we're going to finish it off. That'll be the end of the tournament this Sunday. We got some big competitors there, of course, Star Trek included, and Star Trek Animated are both in there, and they'll be battling with Babylon 5. I think UFO is in. I think Stargate
Good, UFO's still in the
SG-1 made
running.
it in. Yeah. There's some
Oh,
great themes in
Stargate. That's
Yeah.
so wonderful.
and we discovered last time with the golden ear of Istophobos that Stargate, even the film theme, like the main theme that was also used for the TV show, was perhaps had origins in Logan's Run TV show. If you take
Yeah,
out
it's the same
sirens,
theme.
That theme
Yeah.
is the melody.
Yeah, I sat because I hadn't watched a TV show in ages since it came out. I listened to it. I'm like, that's the same thing as the Stargate. And people were laughing at me. And then one by one, they go and listen and they're like, he's right, which I'm okay hearing. I'm Istophobos is right is not a phrase that I'll ever give you a hard time for uttering. So, but Star Trek Animated, I don't know the theme is really good, but the incidentals, the background music in the show, I think is just fantastic. Da, 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 dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
So it's about I'm really sorry. I know it doesn't have a chance of winning. It's going to be Doctor Who because we have too many British listeners, but
Well, they do go to bed. But we'll see what happens. But
They get too
in that bracket, those two could get through, the two of them, and then in this next round, anything that was in the first round in the same brackets now get mixed up, so they don't compete with the same one again. But the final will be the final, whatever that is.
yeah.
Awesome.
But it's mostly an excuse to talk about these things and have fun.
Yeah, it's quite so. But and then next week will be Babylon 5. I wanted to ask Jill how her watching of Babylon 5 is coming along.
I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm busy with stuff. But
it'll be Voices in the Wilderness.
I have seen season 1, so I'll probably start with season 2, even though I don't remember season 1.
Well, we'll be doing season 1, Voices in the Wilderness.
Okay. Okay. So
I think we're going to have to do it as separate episodes because part one and part 2 are just so chock full. I'm not going to be able to do them both in one sitting because there's just so much happening there that I know is going to get discussion.
Yeah, we can barely get through a 148-minute episode in 4.5 hours. So I think we're going to have to split it.
We're almost spending 3 hours talking about 2 20-minute episodes. So I'm right there with you, Wayfarer.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jill. So thanks for the opportunity. Okay. Really enjoyed being here. I guess you're picking up some children, right?
Yeah, I got to pick up my children from school. Yes. Can't just leave them there.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, but that's a really, because if I said I got to pick up some children, it sounds a way bit skeezier than when you say it.
Pick up her children, not just some children.
Yeah, not just random.
Yeah, get it right, Istophobos. No.
But I gotta switch brands, so you might drop out because I've got to get to my closing. Only Istophobos fell. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Even if I said I have to pick up my children, it still sounds like, was he doing juggling? Like,
well, and so thanks everyone. Thanks everybody in the chat. We had a lot of great people here in the chat too. And NZT says, "Let them fight." And Istophobos is getting me riled up against Secret Hideout. I hope that they stop making things from Paramount altogether. That would be great news. But if they just stop making Star Trek, that would be great.
Why can't the people that like to set Teslas on fire set Secret Hideout on fire? That's what I don't understand.
Oh no, in Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Absolutely in Minecraft. Yeah.
So thanks again for everyone being so insightful in the panel and the chat. And tonight I'll have a member stream at some point. I don't know what time yet. I'll work on that. And then on Friday, I think I'm going to have a shore leave. I'm just going to take it easy this week and have a game on Saturday. And so I'll see you guys later.
Okay, we'll see you at midnight, Jill. Right? That's the time.
Are you going to play solitaire on Saturday?
Maybe 10 o'clock. I don't know.
Oh, I think the Admiralty thing is going to be like 7 p.m. Eastern, so I might be able to catch the live show as well.
Okay, way to go. Okay, that'll be cool. Okay,
or the member show, I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine's late. Mine goes late because I got stuff. I got to help with homework and
I don't know how you do
make
it.
Dinner.
Yeah, I did notice.
How does Jill do it? She takes speed. Or I mean coffee. Lots of coffee.
Yeah,
coffee. I want more coffee.
Yeah. When we finished Back to the Future and the sun started shining directly through the blinds into my eyes from the horizon, I kind of figured out we go a little late.
Yeah.
Yeah, the member stream shouldn't be that crazy because it's not a review, so we can quit it at a reasonable time. Well, and let me go now so we can set that up for later, and see you guys next time.
Yeah.
See you
Bye, chat.
all
Thank you.
see you next Tuesday in
Yeah.
the
The
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. Thank you, Joe.
But see you next Tuesday in the good way, not in the mean way.
Right.
Yeah, but that's the joke, yes.
Learn all that is learnable.
And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
It has always been easier to destroy than to create.
May we together become greater than the sum of both of us.
Well, now you have something new to think about. Carry on.
All right, move along. Done. Stop it. Get off of the things. Go outside. Get some food. It's like, you know, it's a time of day where you live. Go do something. Shut up, Snoopy. I don't care. You smoke too much. Let's go. Let's go adventure. Let's go explore.
We don't have to be mean. Because remember, no matter where you go,